Garcia-Parra home run in the 10th, and they moved into first place in the West. LA and San Diego would both end up tied for the division lead at the end of the season, with both teams compiling 88 wins. The Padres were awarded the division title due to winning the season series. Both teams, though, bowed out in the first round of the playoffs. But on this day, the Dodgers ruled the roost thanks to those 4 straight home runs, which tied a Major League record. The 4th time it had been accomplished. The Twins turned the trick in 1964, as did the 63 Indians and the 61 Braves. Recently, the Red Sox, White Sox, and Arizona Diamondbacks have all joined that club. For it happened in baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 86, and the SXM app.
Toronto Sports. This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
Oh, yes, they do. Welcome inside Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy alongside Warren Ward, Josh Lewinberg, Paul Jones, and Javon Shepard. It is NBA Cup night. Purple floor at Scotiabank Arena. A nice floor at that as the Raptors get set to host the Detroit Pistons in an NBA Cup game. Let's go courtside to Josh Lewinberg. Josh, I mean, the packaging for this is great. The floor looks great, and there's a lot at stake here.
Yeah, well, home sweet home, first of all. It looks a little bit different, as you mentioned, with all this purple, but I can promise you the Raptors are happy to be back in this building after what was a rough road trip. Obviously, the record at 0-5 on the trip stands out, but more injuries to add to an already lengthy list. And, yeah, I mean, it's been challenging for this young team to start the season, but returning home is important, and then doing it in a game that means a little bit more because of the NBA Cup. Yeah, that's notable as well. And even though this is the Detroit Pistons, and we've kind of been conditioned over the years to say, oh, well, it's just the Detroit Pistons, they've shown some fight early this year. They've got a young, scrappy team with a little bit more of a veteran presence. The additions of Tobias Harris and Beasley to the lineup, and a couple of dynamic guards, of course, in Ivy and Cunningham. Of course, you imagine that Ochai Agbaji, who has taken the top assignment night in and night out, is going to be seeing Cunningham tonight. So this could be a fun one today, Jim. It's not Taylor Swift, but Raptors Pistons could be a little bit more fun than we're generally used to seeing over the years. And Darko Rajakovic joking before the game that he just hopes it doesn't go to overtime because they want to beat the Taylor Swift traffic on the way out. And to quote one of Taylor's songs, I hope there's no karma there, because when you say we don't want overtime, that almost certainly means we're getting overtime tonight. Pencil it in.
I've got a no guy for that, but that means that we want the Raptors to win in regulation. Tonight's starting lineup driven by Subaru. Enjoy fall to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. And the Raptors will go with the same lineup they had in their last game against Milwaukee. Agbaji, Barrett, Pirtle, Grady Dick, and Mitchell. And that means Barnes, Brown, Olynyk, and Quickly are still out. Warren Ward, a big challenge here for the Raptors tonight.
Most definitely, and against a pretty improved Pistons team. They're not great, but they do things well, and one of them is that they get to the rim, and they have a pretty good free-flowing offense. So the Raptors have to guard the paint, and that's not something that they've done too well this season, and they've also allowed teams to get to the free throw line. And this Piston team has guys that can definitely attack the rim. Head of the snake being Cade Cunningham, so they have to guard, and they have to do it by committee. And I think offensively the same thing goes. You got to get it in transition, you got to share the basketball, and you have to rebound the ball against this Pistons team. They are a big team. Jalen Duren's going to have his hands full with Pirtle and vice versa, but they have to rebound, and again, you got to do it by committee.
Raptors are in the East Group B standings. Bucks are 1-0. Pistons are 1-0. Pacers 0-0. Heat 0-1. Raptors 0-1 in the NBA Cup. We'll be back with the countdown to tip-off next. This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
The Nissan All-In Clear-Out event is on now, where you can lease or finance select remaining 2024 Rogue from 0.99% for 24 months. Plus, qualified Nissan owners may receive up to $500 in loyalty bonus. Go all in with the Nissan Rogue and enjoy the 1.5-liter VC turbo engine for a perfect balance of power and efficiency. And with standard all-wheel drive, you're ready for wherever the drive takes you. Conditions apply. Quantities limited. See Nissan.ca for details.
Jelly Roll, the beautifully broken Great Northern Tour. Saturday, March 22nd, Scotiabank Arena. With Josh Ross. And Savannah Dexter and Bravo Gator. Jelly Roll, live. On sale now at livenation.com. New album, Beautifully Broken, out now. For more, visit jellyroll615.com.
How do we make precision tires? We get to know the people who use them. We travel with them, take every pothole, patch of black ice, and surprise the open road throws at them. So ask for the trying to pass a snow removal truck on a windy 2-lane highway in my compact sedan tires. Or the rain, go away, wet roads won't get in my way with 4 kids in my SUV tires. Ask for Yokohama, made precisely for you.
The Waffle Festival is underway at Cora Breakfast and Lunch.
I'll have the peanut caramel waffle, please.
But with 5 new sweet and savory dishes to choose from, it's also a bit of a waffling festival.
Actually, make it a s'more waffle. Wait, the smoked meat waffle sandwich. No. The peanut caramel waffle.
But once you're done waffling, you'll love the waffle you end up ordering. So stop waffling and head to Cora Breakfast and Lunch. Festival ends January 12th.
Wait, the s'mores waffle?
Jim, sweetie, it's me, Dawn, on the radio. Please don't get me earrings again this year. I have a jewelry box full of them. I love them, but all I really want is a gift certificate to Thermea Spa Village. And who knows? If you get a gift certificate for 2, I might even make you my +1. Okay, love ya.
This holiday season, give your loved ones what they really want. Give the gift of Thermea. Visit thermea.com/Whitby to purchase a gift certificate. Take good care.
When the positions you need to fill call for skilled temporary workers, trust VPS HR Solutions to match you with the right candidates. Manufacturing, warehousing, shipping, and receiving. Certified forklift operators, destuffing and lumping containers, AZ and DZ drivers, industrial and commercial cleaning, and more. With more than 25 years experience and a government-approved agency, VPS HR Solutions' reputation is highly regarded by both employers and employees. For comprehensive support and temporary staffing solutions, VPS HR Solutions is your go-to resource. Check out VPSHR.com.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And back home after a road trip, the Raptors facing the Detroit Pistons. Pistons at 5-8, 2-4 on the road. The Raptors 2-10 after that tough road trip, but 2-3 here at Scotiabank Arena. It's NBA Cup night because it's Friday, and the Raptors would like to get back in that race as well. Let's go courtside. Paul Jones and Javon Shepard. And Jonesy, no quickly tonight, but it will be Swift.
Well, yeah, Swift just down the road, about a Jim Taddy driver away. Along, what is that street that goes between the Rogers Center and Scotiabank? Anyway, if Taddy hit a ball, it'd take a couple bounces and get there. But yes, let's hope the Raptors can get back on track. The starting lineup for the Pistons just introduced. Malik Beasley, the veteran, couple of veterans in their starting lineup. Tobias Harris, Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, and Cade Cunningham. The starting 5 for the Pistons under first-year Detroit head coach John Blair, a.k.a. J.B. Bickerstaff. And J.B.'s done a nice job.
Yes,
Javon. I mean, they won their 5th game last year. It took them months. They've already got 5 wins. I'll get you the exact number, but I like what he's doing with them.
Yeah, and you know, just talking to some members of the staff and around the team, you have a group of good guys, young guys, and they've really bought into JB's style, his brand, and he's done a great job, an exceptional job of the development phase of these guys, the connectivity there. So I think the biggest beneficiary of this all has been Jaden Ivey and how he's played so far in the season, just under 19 points, and almost a resurgence with what we've seen from him in college to what we saw last year and this year at the start of this season. So, great move by then. You have Trajan Langdon at the, as the general manager, who's done an exceptional job as well. Just sometimes you just need a rebirth, a refreshing of voices.
Well, we're about to get the starters for the Raptors. Let's go to the floor with Mark Strong.
At the point guard, wearing number 45. Let's get it on with Davion Mitchell. At forward, yes, the man from Kansas City, the young guy on the front line. This is Ochai Agbaji. At center, the big man in the middle wearing number 19. Make some noise for Jakob Poeltl. The kid from Kansas wearing number 1. You know the name. Grady Dick. And we the North, born and bred, bringing the saga to the 6. It's time for number 9, R.J. Barrett. Head coach of the Toronto Raptors is Darko Rajakovic.
Well, there you had it, and that was the Raptors starting lineup. The starting lineup driven by Subaru. Enjoy fall to the fullest with symmetrical, full-time, all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. Scott Foster, Jason Goebel, and Tyler Ricks are your officials for tonight. Pistons will wear the classic white uniforms with the royal blue and red stripe down the side. The Raptors will wear the home black with the Jumpman logo above the left breast pocket. Raptors in chevron style, arrow style up the front, and a couple of gray pinstripes in there for good measure. NBA Cup night, the floor emblazoned in purple. And the Raptors played their first Cup game against Milwaukee on Tuesday at the end of a 5-game road trip. They're hoping to get back in the winning column in a couple ways tonight, not just for the Cup, but just a regular win. Get a W. Scott Foster steps in. Pistons in the white will move right to left toward Bay Street. Raptors the other way. Detroit wins a tip and they will come front court. Jaden Ivey on the bounce for Detroit. Third-year player out of Purdue. Gets it to Beasley up top. Now to Duren. Finds Cunningham. Kicks it to Beasley. Dribble into the teeth of the defense. Makes a 16-foot elbow jump shot. Detroit up 2-0.
Good action there and patience. Cade Cunningham coming out that left side of the floor on that zoom action, keeping the dribble alive, and getting Beasley a touch into the jump shot.
Agbaji to Poeltl in the lane, lays it up and in. Poeltl wanted the foul call, didn't get it. We're tied at 2.
And he deserved it, right? Great job under the rim, great hands, and a good catch. I thought Cade Cunningham swiped down on him. I could hear the slap over here.
Harris off balance runner, no good. Rebound on the ground. Detroit has it. Cunningham 3 up top, good. 5-2 Detroit. As the Okie State product knocks it down. Raptor ball front court. Brady gets it to Poeltl. On the elbow near side, right wing to RJ. Works back to the baseline. Dumps it into Poeltl. Great pocket pass with a little juice on it. Javon and Poeltl floats it home.
A little pizzazz. RJ, good job coming off to the left hand and seeing the defense is trying to take away that left, re-screen to his right hand, a pocket pass with a nice little flow, nice little bop in his step.
5-4 Detroit. Ivy drives, kicks cross court. Beasley, one escape dribble. Baseline jumper short. Here comes Grady. 1-on-4, but he takes it at Harris anyway, floats it up and in, and he'll go to the line for one more. Grady says, I bought two and my shopping's not done yet. I got the coupon for the one more.
Brady's going to turn a lot of people into fans of his, right? Just the confidence that he's playing with. And yes, his first year was a little turbulent, but it was a guy that was 19 years old, right? His body hadn't matured yet, and now you could just see his game growing at the NBA level. In transition here, the first thing he does, Tobias Harris is in front of him, and his eyes light up, right? He believes, like, okay, I'm going to win this matchup, attacks him, gets himself, a three-point play.
Knocks down the free throws, 7-5 Toronto, 10-15 first quarter. Davion Mitchell in Kate Cunningham's kitchen. Cunningham now squares up between the rings, shot clock at 10. Nobody's touched the ball yet. Harris finally gets it, drives, lays it up and in. Hard-fought bucket there for Detroit to tie the game at 7. Raptors back. RJ into the lane, behind the back to Ochai. 3 in the air, no good. Great look for RJ.
That's who you want to find him. Baji leading the league in corner threes.
And he makes a steal, Ochai, and he'll take it home for the jam.
Big time play.
reading the mail, 9-7 Toronto.
Big time play. You missed a shot in the corner here. Great anticipation. Coming up with a steal and a big time dunk.
Ivy misses but gets his rebound, puts it back up and in. Game tied at 9. Mitchell, front court, gets to the elbow. Doesn't take the shot, kicks it to Barrett. 3-ball far side, no good. Rebound knocked away into the hands of Cunningham. On the run, Mitchell squares him up. 9:07 first quarter, game tied at 9. Cunningham works left to Jurin in the lane, lays it up and in.
That's good pressure there, Davion Mitchell. But an exceptional job by Cade Cunningham, just keeping the basketball alive between the legs to the rack, dropping it off for Duran, who just made a crafty play. But Davion Mitchell, heck of a job on the defensive end on Cade Cunningham.
11-9, Detroit in front, 8:58. First quarter, let's take a break. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride.
Cheers, insiders. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for this Raptors game. Now, you, the one that hasn't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Come on, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Raptors game this season, every single Maple Leafs game this season. If it's Toronto Sports and it's live, we're live on Toronto Sports Insider. So thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being subscribed and being an insider. And if you haven't done so yet, I know you're doing it right now. Thank you so much. Let's go Raptors. Back to the basketball.
Did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 pizza. 2-for-1.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
People sometimes ask, sure, you can consolidate people's debts using telekinesis, but what else can you do? As if changing lives isn't enough. Well, I can also use my power to make it rain hot dogs. It's still not as cool as consolidating debts into one easy payment, though.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Back in Toronto, 8:58 first quarter. Detroit 11, Toronto 9. As the Raptors take the timeout, Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, you heard from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg in the pregame. You'll hear from them again at half. Josh Lippa keeping Javon and I on the air down here. Cameron Moore doing the same up top with Taddy and Ward back at Raptors Central, Owen Hall, and Matt Cardinero. Good start to the game, good energy. You know, I ran into Jerome Allen, one of the assistant coaches for the Pistons, and he said, first thing he said was, hey man, don't look at that record. These Toronto guys play really hard. And you can see that. 11-9, Raptors in the black, come front court from left to right. Mitchell up top, on the bounce, gets it to Pirtle. Now gets it to Barrett, left side, far wing. RJ, right hand to the middle. Gets into the lane, floats it up, no good. Tipped up twice by Pirtle, the second one goes down. Game tied at 11.
Pirtle's been extremely active early in this game. 6 points for him. 2 off of some tough catches and offensive rebound there for a putback.
A steal there by Pirtle. Grady, floater up, no good. And I got to believe Cunningham trying to get rid of that ball because Mitchell is in his kitchen. And Pirtle stepped in for the interception. Raptors can't convert. Harris, deep three, no good. Rebound slammed back down by Jalen Duren. 13-11 Detroit, 8:05 first quarter. Mitchell to Pirtle. Kick out top. Ochai, shot fake. Into the near corner to Mitchell. Shot clock at 10. Drives, floater by Mitchell, no good. Rebound knocked away. It'll be Toronto ball.
That's still a good look, right? Because Davion gets into the paint there, and everybody's focused on Pirtle a bit because he's had those 2 catches. They've been looking for him with the pocket pass, and now Mitchell has that lane to get that soft floater up, just misses that. But that's a look that he's got to continue to take.
First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Barrett, elbow, far side, near side, 3-ball, Abaji on the catch and shoot, drops it in the bottom of the well.
Great corner look and great pass by RJ Barrett to the weak side, and Pirtle diving hard to the basket, which forces that weak side to help, and Abaji's open.
Duren down the lane, jams it down. They found him on a pocket pass. It's a grown man's play by the 6'10", 250 Jalen.
He looks
Duren.
Every bit of grown.
Abaji, 3, no good, far side. Here comes Detroit with a 15-14 lead in the lane. Beasley floats it up and in.
That's a tough finish, right? As he's attacking the basket, that last step as he's decelerating, uses that as pushes momentum backwards.
Mitchell front court for Toronto. Drives, gets to the basket, floats it up, no good. Rebound knocked out. Barrett, corner 3, bang in the bottom of the well. 17 apiece, we're tied. And now J.B. Bickerstaff wants a timeout to talk to his Pistons.
Well, I can imagine that, right? You get another offensive rebound tip out to RJ Barrett for the opening shot, and that's the 8th second chance point for the Toronto Raptors.
So we'll take another break. 6:52 first quarter. Game tied at 17. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Getting my Honda CR-V has opened the door to adventure. With Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency, I'm free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways. My dog, camping gear. It's like I've discovered a wild, adventurous side of me. Whoop. Alice is excited too.
Lease the CR-V LX two-wheel drive for $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,000 down. Offer includes $1,500 lease bonus. OAC conditions apply. See HondaOntario.com.
How do you, Subway holiday lover?
I'm dreaming of a turkey sub.
Well, hold on to your chestnuts for Subway's new festive faves meal. A 6-inch turkey sub with cranberry Dijon, crispy potato rings, and 2 red velvet cookies.
Ooh, jingle my bells.
No thank you, but all this delicious and fixins for just $8.99.
Yum. Maybe some sugar plums.
No idea what that is. The new festive faves meal. A merry $8.99. Only at Subway. At participating Canadian restaurants. Extras additional. Terms and conditions apply.
By the fireplace.
Discover more value than ever at Loblaws, like Fresh Promise. We're bringing you our freshest produce every day. And if it's not fresh, it's free. Shop at Loblaws in-store or online today for even more incredible value. Conditions apply. See in-store for details.
On the hunt for a trophy, Canada's soccer's men's national team returns to Toronto on Tuesday, November 19th to face Suriname. Tickets are selling fast. Secure your seats to cheer for Canada on the road to the CONCACAF Nations League Final Four.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
Raptors and Pistons tied at 17. 6:52 first quarter. Thanks for tuning in on a Friday night, wherever you might be. As Toronto trying to get back in the win column. Took it on the chin, losing 5 straight in the most recent road trip out west.
You know, talking to Coach Darko before we got out here, and he said something very, very key, very important. Is a lot of times, you know, people look at losses as failure, right? But what it is that's an opportunity for these. You only learn through your mistakes, especially for the young guys, the rookies that are playing. They're in a perfect situation where they're playing NBA minutes. These young guys are playing NBA minutes, significant minutes. They're out there making mistakes. Now you have the opportunity and chance to teach these guys through those same mistakes.
Detroit ball, front court in the white, coming towards the Bay Street end, moving right to left across your radio. Harris down low, near box. Wheels into the middle, kicks it far side. Holland jumper no good. Young man had a chance to win it last game against Milwaukee and missed 2 free throws at the buzzer. Chris Boucher on a great pass from Pirtle.
That's what we call give-and-go basketball.
Contorting his body and floating it home. Raptors up 19-17.
Chris gave it up to Pirtle right at the 14-foot mark. A great tip pass right back to Boucher for 2.
Cunningham on Grady. Grady's already done a good job on the first foray. Cunningham fall away in the lane, no good. Rebound Pirtle. Grady stands tall twice defensively. Here come the Raptors. Barrett on the bounce. Great pass to Pirtle, floated up and in. Wow, RJ right past the ear of the unknowing defender, Jalen Duren.
2 things, right, you see there, the pass by RJ, but again, Pirtle just active, and that's going to be a key tonight, is just him being engaged and forcing Duren to play on both ends of the floor.
Holland, reverse layup, no good, but he hits the deck, and they're going to call a foul on Toronto. It'll go on Pirtle. That'll send Ron Holland II, the rookie, pick number 5 overall, to the line for 2. The other night, he went to the line, needed one of the 2 that probably would have won the game against Milwaukee with, 0.3 of a second to go? And the youngster couldn't get one. He's got that one, and as you said, a chance to learn, Javon.
Yeah, a great, tremendous chance to learn. Right, if you're a young player, that's exactly what you want, right? Just to have been in that moment before. And the next time you step up and you're there, you're knocking it down, or you're making the right play, you're making the right pass.
So Pirtle sits down. Bruno Fernando, who's played well of late for Toronto, checks back in. Team high 13 rebounds in the last game. 5 on the offensive end. 6 of them in the first quarter. 21-19, Toronto by 2.
Coach Darko making that sub as Detroit makes a sub to bring Isaiah Stewart into the game. Match a little physicality for both players.
Cunningham with the foul on Barrett out top. He was pressuring RJ. RJ got it to Bruno as the release man, Fernando. And then on the cut, there was a hold by Cunningham. Raptors inbound, near side, right wing. Get it to RJ. Drives right. Now back to the left. Holland very physical with him. And RJ loses it. Boy, a lot of contact there. Ball out of bounds, goes to Detroit.
Yeah, they're initially, especially with RJ inbounding the basketball on the right side of the floor, they're trying to take away that left hand. But he does a good job of just still breaking free and trying to get to it. And as soon as he gets to that left side, they're just a bit more physical with it.
Harris has it knocked away by RJ. Picks it up again. He's out near center. Raptors defensive ball pressure at heightened level right now. Beasley pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound Toronto. Great defense on that sequence. Grady pull-up 3, no good. Rebound Abaji. Ochai kicks it up top to Bruno. Back to Ochai. 4:40 first quarter, 21-19 Toronto. Grady shot fake. Gets it up, no good, but he's fouled by Ron Holland II.
He's so tough with that stop and go. Stop and go. He changes speed, right? Freezes the defense there. He only put the ball on the floor 1 dribble, but it was a shot fake, jab to jab, and then that burst that creates that separation for him getting to that baseline where he's been so good thus far in the season, right? One of the top players in shots made, 5th in the league in baseline shots made.
Free throw good for Grady. Raptors up 22-19, 4:36 to go, first quarter. Prior to last year, the previous 5 years, the season series has been swept by one team or the other. Last year, Toronto went 1-2 with each team winning every game on its home court. Grady knocks down 2, 23-19 Toronto. Biggest lead of the game for the Raptors. Cunningham, front court. Gets it to Holland, near side. Out of Moore. Up top, Isaiah Stewart. Holland 3, no chance. That we could see when that left his hand, that wasn't going anywhere. Here comes Barrett. Near side, right wing, kicks it up top to Grady. Shot fake on Moore. The runner banks it up and in. Grady. Wow, tough shot.
Tough shot. But he makes that shot on the catch, right? Just going against the defense, the momentum of the defense to the basket.
Harris 3 near side. Comes back for Detroit. 25-22 Raptors. 3:45 first quarter. Barrett dribble handoff to Boucher. Now to Fernando. To Abaji. Cutting into the lane. Lays it up and in. What a great cut by Ochai. And how about the delivery by Bruno?
Great pass, and just knowing when you know what you're going to run, and RJ called that play early, when you know exactly what you're going to run and everybody's in the right position, good things happen.
27-22 Raptors, 3:20 first quarter. Cunningham up top, side step 3, no chance, air ball, missed everything but the backboard. Here comes Toronto. Boucher up the near side, right wing, gets it to Fernando, down low. Bruno now to RJ, turns the corner, has it knocked away, goes to Bruno, leans in, kicks it out, and they got Bruno on a travel. It's a couple of big bodies, him and Isaiah Stewart.
And nobody wants to back down.
No, that was sumo wrestling right there.
We have Raptors, Grady Dick checking out, Jamal Shed checking in. Coach Darko went with a little different, bigger lineup with RJ running the point before Shed checked into the game.
Jamison Battle trying to check in. They're going to make the youngster wait. 3:03 first quarter. Raptors 27, Pistons 22. Jaden Ivey will bring it front court against his other 23, Jamal Shed. Shed cutting him off. Tremendous ball pressure, not giving an inch. Shot clock at 10 again. Ivey finally gets some relief, gets into the lane, banks it up, no good. But the Raptors, that's about the second or third time, Javon, we see them just hound the ball handler. You can't get into the offense. It takes time off the clock. And that time, though, Ivey able to turn the corner right towards the back end of the clock and get fouled.
Well, you know, Ivey did there that I really appreciate was he recognized that Shed is applying a lot of pressure, right? Shed is defending him right at the half-court line. That screen is set a bit higher as he gets into the paint. Shed's doing a good job of fighting over the screen, not allowing him or giving him any space. And he just leans into him and picks up the foul on Shed. So great recognition by Ivey, and again, tremendous defense by Shed. It's just having that awareness that as soon as he gets into the paint, now I got to be a bit more disciplined.
Ivey knocks down the second free throw, 27-23. Raptors by 4. 2:40 to go first quarter. What a save by Ron Holland, but it goes right back to Toronto on the near sideline. Boucher up top, drives, gets into the lane. Thought he was fouled, but it turns into a miscue and turnover number 3 for Toronto. Shed on Ivey again. Gets it to Wendell Moore Jr. The Dookie gets it up top to Tobias Harris. Shot clock at 10. 2:19 first quarter, Raptors by 4. Harris in the lane. Detroit can't get into any offense. Moore drives and floats it up and in. A running baby hook.
Moore bailed him out there.
Yep.
Right, just clock winding down, 3 seconds on it, and he just makes a tough sky hook. Thought Shed did a good job again in the open court, killing 8 seconds off the clock before Detroit got into anything.
Shed turns the corner, floats it up, blocked by Ivey. Here comes Detroit looking for the tie or the lead with a three. Moore into the lane. Kicks it out. Stewart, three up top, no good. Long rebound, Boucher has it. Here comes Toronto, minute 39, first quarter, they lead 27-25, moving left to right. In the black uniforms, Fernando drives, gets into the lane, the hook shot, no good. Off glass, wanted the foul, didn't get it. Here comes Harris to Moore, lays it up and in, and a foul. And Detroit on a run. Game tied at 27. And Wendell Moore Jr. going to the line for one more, trying to make it a 5-0 Detroit run and take the lead.
Bobo checking into the game right now for Fernando, and Coach Darko not too happy with that last play there. Fernando taking a tough shot. And a couple possessions before, he made a great play out of the same motion offense from the top of the key. I think here what Coach Darko was looking for is, okay, you didn't make the basket, you can't stop the play and worry about the fouls. You got to get back in transition.
Detroit misses the free throw, but they scoop up the offensive rebound. Ron Holland lays it in, and Detroit on a 6-0 run leads 29-27. Battle to Mobo, squares on Stewart. Now gets it to Boucher. Chris drives into the lane. The runner, no good. Rebound Tobias Harris. Hustling front court. Mobo runs him down and knocks it out of bounds, allowing Boucher to get back in the play. Might look at it as a minor detail, but now you're 5-on-5. Jaden Ivey will inbound far side right wing. 55.3 seconds first quarter. Detroit with the ball in a 29-27 lead. Ivey, three straight away, no good. Rebound. Holland out hustles a couple of Raptors for the ball. Holland up top to Ivey. Gets a screen from Stewart. Ivey up top. Shed right on him. Ivey step back three.
That's
got
tough. That's tough. There's not much you can do there. Shot clock winding down, just gets a little wiggle in his game. An off-balance three contested.
9-0 run for Detroit, 32-27. Raptor ball front court, Shed works against Ivey. Into the corner to Boucher. Sets for three, no good. Long rebound, Harris. 10 seconds to go. Detroit will work for the last shot. Harris up top against Abaji. Works right. Now gets a switch on Shed. Down to the baseline. Fall away, no good. And that's the way the quarter ends, on a 9-0 Pistons run for a 32-27 Detroit lead.
You can see for both teams, Jonesy, the quality of the shots are what they're going to have to be mindful of going into the second quarter, right? Poor shots are leading to transition baskets for both teams. They both had their runs, both had their stretches. For the Raptors, the continued defensive pressure on the guards is going to be important in the second quarter.
32-27, Detroit by 5. Second quarter when we come back. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
What the flock?
Excuse me?
What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? I mean, what are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockWings.com.
Getting my Honda CRV has opened the door to adventure with Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency and free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways. My dog, camping gear. It's like I've discovered a wild, adventurous side of me. Whoop. Alice is excited too.
Lease the CRV LX 2-wheel drive for $99 weekly.
What's up, basketball fans? Now's the time of the night for you to let us know where you're watching from in the chat. How far out around the world do we have Raptors fans, or the opposite team's fans, because the Raptors are really bad this year? But thank you for being here. Let us know. Put your country's flag emoji in the chat, or let us know your city and province in Canada, city and state in the United States, and all over the world. Let's get back to the basketball. Thank you for participating in the chat and letting us know where you're watching from. Now let's go Raptors. Let's get a freaking W. Let's go.
Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. Well, what are you approving, Javon, from that first quarter?
I'm approving the defensive pressure on the guards in the open court by the Raptors. But what I'm not approving on is the 12 second chance points that Detroit's picked up in the first quarter, Jonesy. 5 offensive rebounds to 12 points.
Grady misses a 3-ball far side left wing. Back come the Pistons in white. Right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Stewart, Wendell Moore Jr., Cunningham, Ivy, and Ron Holland for Detroit. The drive by Cunningham, no good, but they've got the foul on Toronto.
Cunningham, what he's doing to offset and play against the pressure is his change of speed, right? He's not frantic. He's not, over dribbling, but welcoming the pressure and then just the hesitation as soon as he gets over the screen so that he can create that split-second advantage getting to the rack.
First free throw, no good from Cunningham. Detroit, 3 of 6 from the stripe tonight. Raptors, 3 of 3. Second one from the one-time #1 overall pick. Shed brings it front court. Raptors down 33-27. Pirtle back to Shed, kicks it into the corner. And Ron Holland II knocks it away. Pass was intended for Grady. NBA Cup Friday. 12 games around the association. And we thank you for tuning into this one in Toronto, where the black-shirted Raptors trail the Pistons 33-27. Pirtle on the bounce to Mobo. Works near side, gets into the lane, puts it up, blocked by Stewart.
And Grady on that right side of the floor with Mobo coming off of that stagger, that zoom action there. Mobo's got to be ready as well to score because Grady is attracting so much attention right now. As soon as he gets that basketball, he's going to have a split second or two before the defense rotates back and scramble.
Grady to inbound near side, right wing on the baseline. Gets it to Pirtle. Turns. Shot put no good. Shot clock was running down. He had to fire it.
Shot put was right. You are right there. He kind of strange little push shot into the air there.
We see that feathery push shot from about 8-10 feet in. I haven't seen it from about 19.
Yeah, I seen him start cocking it, and I was like, what's going on? That's what alerted me to look up at the shot clock.
Cunningham front court, Detroit by 6. 11 minutes, second quarter. Detroit ball near side. Moore gets it to Ivy. On the bounce, in the lane to Moore, jams it down. Wendell Moore Jr. And all of a sudden, Detroit's pushed the lead to as big as it's been all night for them at 8. 35-27.
Just a breakdown defensively. Wendell Moore Jr. sets the screen and gets in front of the defense. And Jaden Ivey making a tough pass through traffic.
Pirtle up top. Gets it to Battle. Catch and shoot 3. Good. Down the bottom of the well.
Every time
Jamison Battle.
Every time he touches the basketball, I trust his shot. I just trust it.
35-30. Raptors to within 5. Holland up top. Drives, gets into the lane, floats it up and in, followed Isaiah Stewart, kind of like a moving screen.
Well, it's just too easy, right? He's getting into the paint and just methodically and surgically keeping the dribble alive and waiting for the defense to catch up and easily laying the basketball off the glass. So I can understand Coach Darko on this timeout right now. These shots are coming a little bit too easy at the basket.
Let's take a break. 10-22 first half, 37-30 Detroit. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Getting my Honda CR-V has opened the door to adventure. With Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency, I'm free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways. My dog, camping gear. It's like I've discovered a wild, adventurous side of me. Whoop, Alice is excited too.
Lease the CR-V LX two-wheel drive from $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,000 down. Offer includes $1,500 lease bonus. OAC conditions apply. See HondaOntario.com.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
10-22 first half, 37-30 Detroit. They lead Toronto by 7. NBA Cup Friday. Emirates NBA Cup Friday. There was a commercial for Emirates Airlines with one of the former players. I forget which one it was.
Have you ever flown Emirates?
No, but I've seen them planes. I want to fly Emirates.
I was playing in, I believe it was Germany one year. I went to visit my brother in Dubai and booked a flight. And I'm telling you, it was like I was in a hotel for the few hours that I was on that flight.
Yeah. One day I'll have Javon Shepard money and I'll get a flight at Emirates. Maybe I'll have Jim Taddy money and get a return flight too.
First class.
Grady drives, floats it up, no good. Pirtle with the stick back up and in. Attacked by Grady. Breaks down the rebounding. And the Raptors cut it to 5.
Pirtle just sticking his nose in there in the right place, right time. Staying active. 6 rebounds for him and 10 points to start this game.
Wendell Moore Jr. off to Cunningham against Barrett. RJ squaring him up. Cunningham backs into the lane, turns, tough fall away, good, man.
That's a heck of a shot. You can't speed him up. He's playing the game at his pace. RJ playing defense, and Pirtle coming on that right baseline side. He just had enough fade in his shot to knock it down.
Mitchell drive, lay it up, no good. Moore with the contest. Detroit by 7, looking for more. 3 ball in the corner, no good from Ron Holland. Back comes Mobo. Hustles up the middle of the floor. Gets it to Mitchell. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Stewart. 9:14 first half, 39-32 Detroit. Cunningham on the drive, into the lane. Floats it up, no good. Pirtle tips it away to Mobo. Gets it out to Barrett. RJ drives at Stewart, floats it up. Score it, the foul for RJ. Going right, falling right. Floats it up with the left hand, and he'll get one more at the line.
As RJ reading the game a little better in transition, and he knows that Isaiah Stewart wants to take away that left hand. Doesn't hesitate, doesn't think twice, changes speed with the ball in his right hand, attacking, picking up the foul. But just a great understanding of what the scouting report is on him right now, and not shying away from stepping up to it.
9 minutes exactly. That's what's left first half. RJ, old-time three-point play. Makes it 39-35 Detroit. Pistons led by as many as 8. Moore gets it to Beasley, guarded by Grady. Way out top near the logo. Now works far side, right wing. Pull up 3, no good. Rebound. Pirtle had Duran boxed out. And Duran with a hold of Pirtle's right arm.
That's why you play textbook basketball, right?
Box out, baby.
Textbook box out. And Pirtle had Duran just locked away and imprisoned there. And Duran really had no choice but try and swipe and move. Try and move him out the way. All 250 of him. Strong, adult, grown man strength.
Mitchell front court for the Raptors in black, moving left to right. Barrett on the drive into the lane. Floats it up, no good, but fouled again. You know, a couple games ago, I saw RJ after the game and talking about how aggressive he was, and then he looked at me and said, I didn't get any free throws. Well, the aggression keeps up because you can't stop going in there, but he's being rewarded tonight. He'll go to the line for a couple more free throws.
He's also, I mentioned before, he's not shying away from that right hand. But he's also getting in there with some really good pace, right? Not speeding up, not going too fast, not going too slow. Reading the defense, attracting the foul, and now, again, getting himself to the free throw line. Not only getting there, but knocking him down, something that he struggled with in the early part of the season so far. 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight.
8:24, first half 39-36. 3-point Detroit lead. It'll stay that way as Barrett misses a second free throw. Cunningham brings it front court. Davion Mitchell in his kitchen again. Moore gets it to Beasley, back to Moore. They go to Cunningham on the post up. Drive, kicks it into the corner. Holland, 3, air ball. Rebound Mitchell. Toronto in transition. Mitchell to Barrett. RJ corner 3, good! Down the bottom of the well for RJ Barrett. Raptors tie it at 39.
That's really good spacing and hard to guard. Davion Mitchell pushing in transition. RJ flattening out on that right corner and knocking it down.
Well, the knock against Holland was he couldn't shoot, and boy, he's missed a couple. Now he throws it away. Here comes Mitchell, lay it up, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds, saved. Here comes Detroit. Beasley, 3-ball near side, rattles it down. Detroit up 42-39. Front court, here comes Mitchell. On the bounce, gets it to Barrett. Now to Pirtle. On the elbow, near side, right wing, dribble handoff to Mobo. Down to the baseline. Mobo, spin, shot clock at 5. Tough, turnaround, no good, rebound, Duran. Cunningham with good D, here comes Detroit. Cunningham, squared up by Barrett. Uses the screen, stops for 3, no good, rebound, knocked away. Mitchell has it, floats it up towards Mobo, it's knocked away. Duran has it knocked away, and what do they got? We got a foul.
And I wasn't able to see who was attempting to save the basketball, but Jones, that's the danger of saving the basketball under your basket or around your basket, where you toss it back in, which is an effort play. You want it out of your guys, but then
too much air
on it, and Duran comes up with it under the basket, but draws a foul.
Bounce it off a leg, maybe even a bounce pass.
Sometimes it's tough because you're running full speed trying to catch that basketball, out of bounds and stay in bounds as well. And you just have the little hand or touch that you can get on it. You're just tossing it up, tossing it up to try and keep it alive.
Duran, free throw good, 43-39 Detroit. Pirtle and Mitchell check out.
Yeah, it's a little different if you're running to that sideline or the baseline, get your feet set, catch the basketball, and just try and find a teammate to whip it to or whip it off an opponent. But sometimes that ball is moving too fast and you're going too fast.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Bruno Fernando. Garrett Temple and Fernando checked in out there with Abaji, Mobo, and Barrett. Fernando, elbow near side. Stops, picks up his dribble. He's the only one on this side of the court. Finally gets it to Barrett. Shot clock at 4. RJ kick out. Mobo 3, no good. Rebound, knocked away. It'll be Toronto ball. Barrett under there, working hard for the money. 6:16 first half. 43-39, Detroit by 4. Raptors will inbound near side. Right wing. Temple to do the honors. Gets it to Fernando. To a cutting Baji in the lane. Lays it up. No good. I think he was anticipating contact. Didn't get it.
He's leaning into the left side.
Ivy drives. Cut off by Temple. And they got the foul on Garrett.
Ivy and Cunningham, they're just constantly in attack mode. When either one of those guys catch the basketball, they force your defense to shift. And then when you have the other one on the other side of the floor, as soon as it swings, you're in rotation and tough coverage.
Ivy misses the free throw. Detroit having a tough time at the line tonight. They are 5 of 10. They still have a 43-39 lead, 6:06 to go first half.
Struggling from the three-point line as well, 4 for 14.
Ivy's second free throw is good. Detroit's lead back up to 5, 44-39. Sorry, 6. Fernando up top. Gets it to Barrett. On the bounce, near side. Gets into the lane, floats it up, no good. Back rim, rebound Tobias Harris. Here comes Detroit on the push. Quick long hit ahead to Duren. And when he caught it with his back to the basket, he was stepping on the baseline, so turn it over and give it to Toronto. 5:41 to go, first half. We'll hear from Taddy Ward and Leuenberg at halftime. Raptors trying to make up some ground right now. Temple into the lane, kicks it back to Fernando. Bruno drives, was going to put Jalen Duren on a poster the way he did Giannis. And Duren, unlike Giannis, didn't bail out, took the contact and fouled and foiled Bruno's poster attempt.
I like Bruno's heart, though. I love his heart because he gets that basketball. It was a power dribble, and he just took off. And Duren, both those guys are about 250, 240. And he wasn't shying away. Like, neither one of them were backing down, and we're airborne.
First free throw good from Bruno. 44-40. Detroit with the lead. Bruno will stand on the line for one more. Second free throw, no good. Rebound Detroit in the white, coming right to left toward Bay Street with the ball and a 4-point lead. Ivy gets it to Harris, guarded by Mobo. Back to Ivy. Pull up, elbow jumper, short, rebound Mobo. Here comes Toronto. Temple near side, right wing. Dribble handoff to Grady. Now to Bruno. Gets it to Abaji. Raptors constant movement. Abaji, left hand layup blocked by Stewart. Here comes Detroit. Harris on the run. Has it knocked away, and it goes off Harris, out of bounds. Toronto basketball.
That's Grady using his length, right? Not carelessly using his hands, just showing his hands, moving his feet, staying long, and anticipating Tobias Harris getting to that right hand and gets a tip on it.
Raptors turn it over. That ball, a bang-bang play. And Darko upset. They give it to Detroit. And in his eyes, it was obviously Toronto ball. Ivy on the drive into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Grady, and he's fouled by Isaiah Stewart over the back.
Good job by Grady getting two hands on the basketball. Isaiah Stewart there trying to get a hand on it, but jumping over the back of Grady. Now Grady gets himself a couple freebies.
Good way to get back on track. Grady with 7 points. 2 of 6 from the floor, has not made a 3 yet. But back at the line, free throw number 4 is good. Raptors chipping away at the lead, 44-41. Tempo out, Mitchell in. Grady's second free throw up and down cleanly. 44-42. Raptors cut it to 2 points. Front court. Here comes Jaden Ivey. Gets it to Cunningham. Gets a screen from Stewart. Works down to the baseline, far side, stutter dribble. Kicks to the corner. Beasley, three, no good. Great look for a good three-point shooter, didn't go down. Grady in the lane, loses it, but it goes right to Pirtle, who lays it in. We're tied at 44.
That's so tough. Davion thought he missed Grady in the corner, in the right corner. And you can see it on his face, but Grady continues that cut, and Davion finds him under the basket. Grady didn't make a play of it.
Cunningham up top, game tied at 44. 3:50 first half. Jaden Ivey called on the walk. JB Bickerstaff really upset with the foul call.
JB Bickerstaff telling Jason, call it on everybody. A couple other words in there that I probably can't use on air, Jones. You won't have a teammate. You won't have a teammate after the show.
Family show. Mitchell up top. 3:35 first half. Pirtle in the lane. The floater up, no good. Rebound Cunningham. Knocked away by Mobile. Gets it to Grady. Drive. Lay it up and in.
That is so tough, right? Grady landing on two, just knowing Stewart's in the paint, looking for the charge, just fades to his left.
Harris back quickly, lays it in for Detroit. We're tied at 46, 3:14 first half.
No time for celebration, got to get right back. And Tobias Harris, the experience, getting a quick two.
Grady cutting to the basket, and Pirtle delivering the ball.
Great look.
It was a great look. Grady felt he was fouled on the cut. Ball goes out of bounds. Here comes Detroit. 46 apiece. We go under 3 minutes first half. Harris, far side to Stewart. Elbow extended above the three-point line, far side. Now to Cunningham. Drives into the lane. Lays it up and in.
The pace at which he plays with is so impressive. He's just so cool, so calm, and also just so strong. A big guard handling the basketball.
Grady up top to Pirtle. Back to Grady. Pull up, jumper short. Rebound Beasley.
I like the way Grady's playing. Like, he just feels like he can take everything in anything. The confidence.
48-46 Detroit. 2:20 first half. Cunningham posted on Mitchell. Gets it to Ivey. Even though the pass was deflected by Pirtle, Ivey catches it, lays it in.
But how calm is that, right? Cunningham catches the basketball in the post on the right block and just waits for the play to develop, waits for the cut to happen, seeing Pirtle come on the baseline side for that double, and just makes a play. Big-time play by Cunningham.
50-46. Detroit with the lead. Timeout, 2:09 to go. First half, you're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Firefighter Finn McHose, that's a nickname, right? Needed help contending with a blaze of debt. He called Alpine Credits and a superhero was sent his way. Summoning water, she extinguished the fire and consolidated his debt into one low monthly payment. His floors may be wet, but his debt is under control. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20
We the
high
North.
five special?
We the North. Let's go Raptors. Let's get the W tonight against the Detroit Pistons in the NBA Cup. We got to start winning some games. Come on, these games don't even count towards tanking for a flag. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Please hit that like button down below and share this link out so we can help get more basketball fans here in the chat hanging out with us here on TSI. Thank you for hitting that like button and sharing it. Now let's get back to the chat. Come on, Raptors, let's get the W tonight.
Symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall is for thick, dark mud splats, terracotta mountain roads, radiant sunsets, kaleidoscopic leaf carpets, and the boldest of adventures. Avoid autumn blues and visit your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
2:09 first half. Detroit 50, Toronto 46. I said a minute ago, you'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewinberg at halftime. Cameron Moore up there in the booth. Back at Raptors Central, producer Owen Hall, Matthew Cardadero, and Josh Lippa's down here on the floor with Javon Shepard and yours truly, Paul Jones, a cast of thousands. But we love that you're with us and you've tuned in on a Friday night as the Raptors are trying to get a win in the NBA Cup. They trail right now 50-46. Abaji, Pirtle, Barrett, Mitchell, and Grady Dick starters on the floor for Toronto. Let's see what the Raptors can muster right now coming out of this timeout. Pirtle has it. Gets it to Grady, far side, shot fake. Now to Barrett in the corner against Cunningham. Ball knocked away out of bounds. Pirtle was trying to find RJ. It'll stay with Toronto. Grady in the corner. Three in the air. Shot was contested and changed by Cade Cunningham. Holland front court. On the bounce, gets it up top to Ivy. Works right. Now to Stewart, kicks it out. Holland, they dare him to shoot. He misses another one. 2 of 7, 0 of 5 from 3. Barrett against Holland, drives right, down to the baseline, lays it up and in.
That's a good job working the baseline there. And Isaiah Stewart at the last second, he peels back into Pirtle's lap, and RJ, tight angle, but finish with the left hand on the right side of the floor.
Ivy gets it to Stewart. Detroit front court with a 2-point, 50-48 lead. Ivy, deep three, far side, no good. Rebound, Stewart tips it back up and in, and he's fouled by Pirtle. He'll get one more free throw, fouled on the tip-in. That's a costly foul, number 3 for Pirtle.
Yeah, that one's an unlucky one there. Isaiah Stewart, just knowing his teammates, right, knowing his personnel, gets on the inside of Pirtle, knowing that it's Ivy on the right side of the floor and Holland on the right side of the floor. You know, Ivy's not the best three-point shooter. We've seen Holland tonight really not looking to take confident shots, right? So if it goes up, Stewart knows that I got to get inside position, give myself a chance at the rebound. So said, so done. And Pirtle picks up one over the back.
And that's number 3 late in the first half on Pirtle. A tough one to take. Free throw good from Beef Stew, as they call him, Isaiah Stewart. 53-48. Mitchell turns the corner, gets into the lane, finds Fernando. The floater rattles and goes down for Bruno. 53-50. Inbound to Jaden Ivey. Drives into the lane, kick out. Cunningham, 3, no good. Rebound Barrett. Outlet to Mitchell, now to Grady. On the drive against Ivy. His shot blocked from behind by Harris, but they felt body contact. Grady was going full speed toward the baseline in front of the Raptor bench. Stopped, and JB Bickerstaff, Jaden Ivey, everybody's saying he dragged that pivot foot for travel.
And you know what, Jonesy? JB Bickerstaff may have an argument on this one here. Grady got away with one, but credit him for the aggressive nature that he's playing with and forcing Tobias Harris to come out of that corner and just foul him on the jump shot.
53-51. Now the lead cut to 1. 53-52 as Grady knocks down a couple of free throws. He's got 13 on the night. Only 3 of 10 from the floor though. Stewart up top to Harris. Far side on Mobile. Jabs, drives right, cut off, gets to the baseline and lays it in. It's a veteran offensive move.
It is
by Tobias Harris.
Just sticking with it. because Mobile did a good job taking away Tobias Harris's space. But Tobias just keeping that basketball alive, and Mobile just letting up a bit at that last second. Tobias turning the corner.
Harris, a 14-year veteran. Barrett, 3 up top, no good. Rebound Harris on the run. 1 second to go, launches it, no good, but that's the way the half ends. Detroit leading it by 3, 55-52.
Well, this is going to be a little nip and tuck game as we've seen in the first half, and it's going to boil down to who's going to defend the paint a bit more, right? Both teams scoring the bulk of their points inside the paint, 30 for Toronto and 32 for the Detroit Pistons.
So halftime up next with Taddy Ward and Lewinberg. 55-52. Detroit leads Toronto. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sam had aspirations of opening a clothing boutique. She called Alpine Credits and was sent a speedy superhero to help with a business loan. Super speed doesn't translate to radio, but when our hero runs, she sounds like this. If you ran at the speed of light, you'd sound funny too. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Getting my Honda CR-V has opened the door to adventure with Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency and...
What's up, Raptors fans? I just wanted to stop and say thank you for making this community awesome. Thank you for chatting it up. Let's take it back for a minute. Do you remember this shot?
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Had to take it back to the buzzer beater there from Kawhi Leonard in 2019 on that run that won Game 7 against the Sixers. Yeah, the diehard Raptors fans remember that shot very well. One of the best shots in basketball history. Thank you for hanging out with us and making this community what it is. Let's get back to the basketball. Let's go, Raptors. Let's get the W.
Winter's fury? Slide into your local Meineke Car Care Center for winter tire changeovers starting at $59.95. Because summer tires are like flip-flops in a blizzard. Don't miss out on our winter-ready package starting at $49.95, which includes an oil change, brake inspection, and more. Perfect for stopping, not sliding, into a snowbank. Plus, buy 4 tires and get 50% off an alignment. Book your appointment at Meineke.ca today. Terms and conditions apply. Meineke. Doing car care right.
Breaking Lotto Max Dream News. With Friday's Lotto Max jackpot at an estimated $65 million, plus an estimated 8 Max Millions, maxed out dreams are rapidly popping up across the country, turning pools into lakefront cottages, boats into super yachts, decks into rooftop spas. It's dreaming like we've never dreamed before. Friday's Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $65 million, plus an estimated 8 Max Millions. Why dream to the min when you can dream to the max?
Boston Pizza lives for the big moments. Whether the season is just starting or coming to an epic end, from nerve-wracking ninth innings to OT winners, playoff buzzer beaters to Hail Mary miracles, BP is the best place to watch the game if you can't be at the game. Great food, ice-cold Sub-Zero Coors Light, and friends. And the best part? Season seats are free. Grab your crew and cheer on the good guys at Canada's favorite sports bar, Boston Pizza. Gather round. Must be legal drinking age. Please drink responsibly.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors.
Jim Taddy and Warren and Josh Lewinberg with you. Raptors at the half. Tangerine Raptors basketball. And Warren, this is a tough physical game, and it gives you the impression that they're never going to be any more than 2 possessions apart the whole night.
Well, we hope that's the case in terms of Toronto being a few possessions ahead. They're down 3 right now. Decent half. Both teams struggling from 3, not really connecting from there. Detroit shooting a bit more in terms of that category, but Toronto almost 50 field goal attempts, so they're getting shot opportunities at the rim. I think where they're falling short a bit is they're not getting out in transition enough. They do have 11 fast break points, so halfway to their average, but I like to see them get out more, and that all starts with stops. And I think what's happened thus far this half, both teams with 12 free throw attempts, but a lot of them were bailouts for Detroit at end of shot clocks, or the fact that the Raptors are being a bit overzealous and a bit aggressive. Like in today's NBA, you cannot guard the ball that hard, especially once a player gets into the painted area. You kind of have to just put a hand up and hope they miss. And I think Shed and a couple other guys bailed out a few of the players with a few bumps. And, players now exaggerate the foul call to make it look like they're actually getting fouled. Exactly. Just similar to what you just did right there. Almost like a roller coaster. Yeah. Exactly. So it's, I understand the philosophy of playing hard defense, but at the same time, it's putting players at the free throw line and costing you points. So that's probably the only critique. I think the Raptors got down and they could have probably hung their hat, or hung their head and complain about that, but they did. They fought back in the game. They made some buckets. RJ Barrett, I think, is doing a really good job, and individually from a box score perspective thus far in the game, you've seen contribution from a lot of different guys. I think Pirtle and Barrett are carrying the load, and Grady's doing what he normally does. 3 for 10, not the best percentages, but overall a pretty good half for the 3 guys that are pretty much carrying the load for Toronto right now.
Off in that game against Milwaukee, just living at the line, 7 free throw attempts in the first half, coming off of his career night, and that's been so important, as Warren mentioned, on a night where the threes aren't falling. You've got to find other opportunities to score. The 11 fast break points are nice, and that's where the bulk of the Raptors' offense has come from, is in transition. So I agree. I think they have to find ways to get in transition, attack on the break more often, but it's going to come down to defensive execution. That's how you create those opportunities. And right now, the Raptors are getting burned on dribble penetration. Their defense, at least their interior defense, has not been good enough. Well, they're getting burned by Cade Cunningham and the Pistons guards, who are getting in the lane and making plays. And once the Pistons are getting to the rim, it is way too easy. 32 paint points for Detroit. And you look at it and say, okay, well, the Raptors have 30 paint points, but it just seems like everything the Raptors are getting, it's coming a lot harder, right? Like, they've got to work a lot harder for those buckets. They're just 15 for 30 in the paint, whereas Detroit 16 for 21. So you've got to find a way to make those easy shots tougher, and the guy that is best suited to do that, Jakob Poeltl, has been pretty good here. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists in 15 minutes. Problem is, he's got 3 fouls, so keeping him out of foul trouble, keeping him on the floor in the second half is going to be important.
I like the rotation, Ward. I mean, he's gone 6 deep, really, so it's like an 11-man rotation. He's not hesitant to do that, is he?
Well, no, I think, in terms of development, you have to get the most out of players, and the best way to do that is to play them. You throw these guys into the fire and allow them to make mistakes and, see how they respond. I think Mogul, regardless of his his not so much of a offensive output, I think he's still playing well, and that's the point, is that you have to give guys like Garrett Temple, whoever is available, you put them in the game and see what you can get. That's essentially where the Raptors are right now. They have to try and get offense from somewhere. And if I'm on the bench and I have fresh legs, then I want to play. And I think Coach Darko's doing that. He's giving guys. No one's played over 20 minutes, which is a great sign. And no one else outside of the starters has gone in the game and been a null. Been someone where they can't play more than 5 minutes. So you have to look for it somewhere. And I think Toronto is getting it from a variety of different places.
You're asking a lot from guys who aren't used to filling the type of roles that they're playing right now, just based on the injuries. And yeah, it's a great opportunity for guys to step up and prove themselves, but you could also look at it and say, oh, all right, well, where is the offense going to come from? And to Warren's point, like the 3 guys, Barrett, Pirtle, Grady Dick, they've been really good, but you look at the scoring for Detroit right now, and it's really balanced. You're going to have to get some offensive contributions outside of those 3 guys. And the one thing that I'll mention to you guys is the point guard position has been pretty tough in terms of point production. Pretty tough to get point production from those guys over the last couple games. Davion Mitchell, Jamal Shed, just 1 point combined in that game against Milwaukee the other night. They're scoreless today. Obviously, you're missing Emmanuel Quickly, and obviously those two guys are known for their defense more than their offense. But it's 2024. We know how important the point guard position is, and obviously the Pistons have a couple of good, young, dynamic guards, point guard type players in Ivy and Cunningham. The Raptors have to get some sort of offensive production from that position here tonight.
Josh, thanks very much. Appreciate it. 55-52, Pistons over the Raptors at the half. And Warren, what do you suggest the Raptors do or improve on in the second half?
Well, I'm going to quote Josh and just talk about the defensive execution. They have to guard, and they have to guard the paint. They have to do a better job of not getting blown by. I know it's very difficult. As I said earlier, I think one of the things J.B. Bickerstaff does a very good job of is that ball swings side to side, and they get a ball screen action. So you have to be able to guard multiple actions within a ball screen, whether it's guard to guard or big to big or anything in between that. You have to guard the paint. You have to try and stop bailing out players from getting to the free throw line. You got to rebound the basketball, and you have to score on the other end of that and get out in transition. Now, all that sounds a lot easier said than done. Trust me, it is. It's easy to say it, hard to do it. So, but that's the job, and that's what you have to do. And if you don't do any of those things, then you do the first one. You guard the paint, and you try and make it as difficult as possible for Detroit. You make them shoot threes because they're not shooting the ball that well. So that works in Toronto's favors. But getting anything easy in the paint, that's a no-no, my friend. That's a no guy.
No guy. Okay, good. The Pistons going with an 8-man rotation, and everybody. It's pretty well even contribution offensively for sure. So that's quite a contrast to the Raptors box score. Pirtle has mentioned 12 points, 9 rebounds. Grady Dick has 13 points. R.J. Barrett has 12. And the bottom line is the Pistons with a 55-52 lead over the Raptors at the half. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball live from Scotiabank Arena on TSN 1050.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
The Waffle Festival is underway at Cora Breakfast and Lunch.
I'll have the peanut caramel waffle, please.
But with 5 new sweet and savory dishes to choose from, it's also a bit of a waffling festival.
Actually, make it a s'more waffle. Wait, the smoked meat waffle sandwich. No. The peanut caramel waffle.
But once you're done waffling, you'll love the waffle you end up ordering. So stop waffling and head to Cora Breakfast and Lunch. Festival ends January 12th.
Wait, the s'mores waffle?
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I'm living large with my Black Card membership at Planet Fitness. For just $29.99, you get all types of perks, like bringing a guest for free, access to any Planet Fitness location, and my favorite perk of them all, unlimited use of the hydro massage. And believe me, I've been really testing that policy out lately. So sign up today for your Planet Fitness Black Card membership at planetfitness.ca or pop into any location and get ready to absolutely love going to the gym at Planet Fitness.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Ready to start the third quarter. Toronto trailing Detroit 55-52. And the Raptors looking to hang tight and maybe lean out the Pistons at the end. Third quarter action delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. give yourself a high five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium, 1 topping pizzas for $5 each. 2for1pizza.com. All right, so Javon and I pouring over the numbers here, and actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, it is a close game. Raptors only 7 turnovers, and here's a team that is 25th in the NBA, over 16 turnovers a game, but looking after it tonight.
I think, going into the second half, right, the Raptors are getting into the paint, right? They're getting around the basket, shots on basket, but they're shooting 38% from the floor, right? So if you're not knocking down the 3-ball at a high clip, and you're getting looks at the basket, you're taking care of the basketball, you got to find ways to connect and convert on some of those looks around the rim in the mid-range.
Here comes Davion Mitchell, front court for the black-shirted Raptors. Mitchell, Pirtle, Barrett, Abaji, and Grady Dick. Raptors working towards the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Mitchell up top, shot clock at 5, gotta go. Works left, back to the right, now to the left, into the lane. Gets it to Pirtle, who was fouled. Davion using that quickness and getting into the lane.
I feel like even though he hasn't had big numbers in this game, 0 for 5 from the floor, he still had somewhat of a presence, whether it be on the defensive side or making little things happen around the basket, like you've seen here, keeping the dribble alive. Had Beasley on skates, right to left crossover, dropping it down to Pirtle around the basket, and Pirtle drawing the foul.
Misses the first free throw, does Pirtle. Gets the ball, dribbles, dips, fires the second one. It's also short. So an empty trip for Toronto, even though they drew a foul. They still trail 55-52. First touch for Detroit. Jaden Ivey up top. Gets it to Cunningham. Catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound knocked away. Here comes Toronto. Barrett, middle of the floor. Drives on Beasley, spins, gets to the hoop, puts it up, no good. But is fouled. And RJ going to go to the line for a couple of free throws. Another good attack by Toronto that's going to produce free throws.
What he does again in transition, I mentioned it earlier in the first half where he had to take in transition and just stuck to that right hand. Here he takes that one extra hard dribble to his left and forces Duren, to try and cut that off, and spins back to his right. And it's funny because right before they took the court, we made eye contact with one another, and he said to me they're overplaying that left hand, so he's making that effort to go right. And you can see it here in transition again.
Barrett first free throw good. Raptors cut the lead 55-53. Thanks for tuning in on a Friday night. NBA Cup, Emirates NBA Cup. 12 games going on tonight. The Raptors in Detroit. This one, Milwaukee, Miami, and Indiana also part of this group. Cunningham gets it to Duren. Now to Harris, far side. Left wing, right hand to the middle. Shot clock at 5, gotta go. Gets it to Ivy. Deep 3, no good. Long rebound, Barrett. RJ on the run out. Drives past Harris, lays it up, no good, but he's fouled again.
Good job protecting the basketball like a fullback and cutting across the body of the defense. Really puts you in a tough, compromising position because he's a freight train getting downhill. You have no other option but to foul him. Tobias Harris not happy with the officials here on this call.
Well, he was beat though. RJ did change speed and direction on him and got to the basket.
Well, he's got to look at his teammates, the other 4 players on the floor, and say somebody's got to stop him earlier in transition, because if he's getting that low, that close to the basket, you are going to be put in a tough position. You are going to pick up a foul.
RJ knocks down the free throw, 5 of 6 tonight from the line. 15 points to lead all scorers in the ball game. No Detroit player is in double figures. Barrett gives Toronto a 1-point lead, 56-55, knocking down the second free throw. Cunningham has the pass deflected. Here comes Toronto on a run out. Barrett on the run, goes for the block, and is fouled by Holland. As RJ was going to put down a left-hand jam. Oh, they're not calling a foul, they're calling it a block. So RJ will inbound. Toronto will inbound. Mitchell doing the honors. Gets it to Grady. Corner jumper in the air. Good for three. Grady in the bottom of the well. Raptors up 59-55. It's a 7-0 run for the Raptors to start the quarter. Cunningham drive. Kick it up top. Beasley three is good. 59-58 Raptor lead is one. Back comes Mitchell to Pirtle in the lane, floats it up and in. Nice move by Jakob.
Big time finish by Jakob. Great delivery by Davion. And Jakob on the catch keeps that basketball low as he makes his way to the basket below the defense.
61-58 Cunningham three barely grazes front iron. Here comes Mitchell. Gets it to Grady. Shot fake, three in the air, no good. Rebound to Baji. To Mitchell. Back to Ochai, through his hands, he can't squeeze it. Here comes Jaden Ivey on the run. Now to Cunningham, near side, his three no good. Rebound knocked away, Toronto has it.
Cunningham has struggled from that three-point line tonight, 1 for 7.
RJ into the lane. And they got the foul on Cunningham as Barrett dipped the shoulder, got to the left hand. And the foul will be called on Cade Cunningham. Raptors will inbound near side left wing. Grady to do the honors. Gets it to Pirtle. Now to Abaji. Far side, right wing. Drives to the baseline. They swing it. Mitchell, three. Good. Down the bottom of the well. Drive, kick, swing, and Davion knocks it out. 64-58. Biggest lead of the game for the Raptors at 6.
2 passes out, right? Baseline attack, extra pass, easy shot.
Ivy misses, but Duran is there to tip the rebound back in. Toronto's lead cut to 4. Abaji drives, puts it up, no good. Barrett with the rebound. RJ into the lane, floats it up, no good, no foul call. Gets the rebound back, finds Abaji, misses the layup, puts it back up and in. Toronto up 6, and now JB Bickerstaff wants that timeout.
Abaji fights for that too, was fighting for those 2 points there. Under the basket, didn't really know where he was. Shot it under the basket, got his own rebound, and put it back for the easier 2.
8:36, third quarter, Raptors up 6, biggest lead of the game, 66-60. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning fast execution.
We the North! We the North! Let's go Raptors! Let's get the W tonight against the Detroit Pistons in the NBA Cup. We got to start winning some games. Come on, these games don't even count towards tanking for a flag. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Please hit that like button down below and share this link out so we can help get more basketball fans here in the chat hanging out with us here on TSI. Thank you for hitting that like button and sharing it. Now let's get back to the chat. Come on, Raptors, let's get the W tonight.
Dark mud splats, terracotta mountain roads, radiant sunsets, kaleidoscopic leaf carpets, and the boldest of adventures. Avoid autumn blues and visit your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
Contrary to popular belief, most guys with man breasts cannot just bench press their way to perfect pecs. They have a medical condition called gynecomastia, and Dr. Frank Lista of the Plastic Surgery Clinic can help. A world-renowned plastic surgeon, Dr. Lista has perfected the procedure for correcting gynecomastia. Find out more at theplasticsurgeryclinic.ca. Get off the bench and into the game. theplasticsurgeryclinic.ca.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
66-60. Toronto leading Detroit. It's been a good run to start the half for the Raptors. They were down 55-52 at recess. 14-5 run. To get this thing going and take their biggest lead of the game, Toronto. Pushing the shooting percentage up a little bit, Javon, as they've started the half shooting 4 of 8. Here comes Detroit. Left to right across your radio dial in the white uniforms. Classic Detroit with the piston royal blue and red down the side. Ivy up top. Works to Beasley, far side. Catch and shoot, no good. Pirtle holding off Jurin, grabs a one-hand rebound. Mitchell, cross court, Abaji on the
Let's
attack,
go Raptors.
floats it up, no
Let's
good.
get the W tonight
Rebound, here
against
comes
the Detroit
Ivy
Pistons in the NBA
on the
Cup.
run. Drives on Mitchell, loses his footing, goes out of bounds. As he blows a tire, it's Toronto basketball.
Yeah, he was in a foot race there with Pirtle, got a step on him, and then hit another gear, try to get around Davion Mitchell there, and just a little bit too fast for his own feet.
Blew a tire. Toronto will bring it front court. Mitchell works over to the far side, right wing, hop and a skip on the bounce. Gets it to Grady. On the writing it says Scotiabank Arena. Now to Pirtle at the nail. Pirtle squares, drives, off balance floater is good.
Great recognition, right? Everybody goes with RJ and Grady as they cut to the basket, and Pirtle's left open. That push shot that we seen looks a little bit better than we seen that what was that, a hot potato toss
The shot
in the first
put.
half.
8-point lead for the Raptors, biggest of the game. Holland 3, no good. They're going to let him take that all night. Mitchell on the run to a cutting Abaji and right through his hands again. Picked off by Holland. Drives, lays it up and in. Raptors had a chance to make it 10. It's now cut to 6. 4-point trip. Grady to Pirtle. Back to Grady. Drive, floated up to Jakob. Tips it up, no good, but he's fouled and he'll get a couple of free throws.
Pirtle gets that on the roll. Good pass by Grady, but you really can't fall asleep on Grady because he catches that basketball. He's stuck. Right, a shot fake. The defense does a good job. He tosses up to Pirtle, and right away on the pass, he's already in his movement, en route to catching the basketball and then making the play. But just, as a defender, those are the toughest guys to guard. The ones that are constantly in movement, constantly in motion, but not only going 100 miles per hour or one speed, but a change of speed, the stop and go, the getting into your body, creating separation, creating a gap, en route to the basketball for a shot, whether to make a play or, those guys are tough to guard.
69-62, Raptors by 7. Pirtle's second free throw, no good. Jakob 1 of 4 tonight from the stripe. Already has a double-double, 17 points, 10 rebounds. Wendell Moore Jr. into the corner to Beasley. Grady all over him. They swing it Cunningham, far side, left wing. Right hand to the near side. Gets into the lane, the running hook up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Saved by Abaji, nope. Referee Tyler Rick said you are on the baseline, so it'll be, in the words of our man Mason in Detroit, Detroit basketball. 7-point Raptor lead. So they're saying no possession, so the shot clock is at 14 and not 24. Inbounded Jalen Jurin. Crosses over, gets it to Cunningham. Jumper in the air, good.
Makes it look easy.
Yeah, he did. 69-64 Toronto. Pirtle on the elbow, far side. Gets it to Abaji near side. Right hand. Now back to the left hand, down to the baseline. Fall away, jumper short. Tough rebound, Pirtle. To Abaji in the lane, floats it up, no good. Pirtle another rebound, back up and in. Pirtle got 3 rebounds on that play.
12th rebound for him, 19 points. And that was the first thing I said to you in that opening quarter, is that Pirtle's out here and he's playing extremely active.
Holland in the lane. Oh boy, they got the foul on Barrett. It sure looked like Barrett had him tied up, and Pirtle blocked the shot. Instead, they're going to call RJ for his first personal of the game. 5:57, third quarter. Toronto 71, Detroit 64. Holland on the line, free throw is good.
Referee Tyler Ricks, he's been getting an earful from both coaches all night. Coach Rakovic giving him an earful right now, and we heard JB Bickerstaff get into him in the first half.
First free throw was good from Holland. Something on the floor. And one of the ball people, Adrian Lee, daughter of Raptors strength and conditioning coach John Lee, on the ball. Way to go, Adrian. Adrian Quinn. Mitchell, front court. Gets it to Grady. Knocked away by Holland, stolen. Drives, Holland lays it up, no good. Rebound, Pirtle. Half-court outlet, Abaji to Boucher on the run. Floats it up, blocked by Moore. Cunningham engaged, Moore got the block, and they've got a reach-in foul on Grady.
Tough spot. Abaji put Chris Boucher in transition. The right idea, but you don't necessarily want your big man catching the basketball in the open court to make a decision, make a play. Maybe if Abaji had taken 1 or 2 more dribbles,
don't give it to him till it's time to finish.
Right, time to finish. Now you have a 2-1. You would have had a 2-on-1 situation where, that's a pretty high percentage chance at a good shot.
Don't let him think too much. You know how those big guys are handling the ball.
Think, dribble, make a play.
Cunningham, cross court. Holland to Cunningham, shot fake, drive. Abaji right on him. Cunningham backs in, turns to the baseline, reverse layup, no good. Pirtle there with the contest. Here comes Toronto with numbers if they hurry. Grady, 3 up top, no good. Long rebound, Boucher knocks it out right to Detroit. Sasser on the run, blocked by Boucher, retreating. Holland throws it up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Abaji comes out of the fray with it. Gets it to Pirtle on the outlet. Now to Mitchell. 4:39, third quarter, 71-66 Toronto. And Darko, amidst the harried and frenzied pace, says, I want a timeout. So let's take a break. 71-66, Raptors with the lead. 4:38, third quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
What the flock?
Excuse me?
What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? What are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockWings.com.
Getting my Honda CR-V has opened the door to adventure. With Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency, I'm free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways. My dog, camping gear. It's like I've discovered a wild, adventurous side of me. Alice is excited too.
Lease the CRV LX two-wheel drive from $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,000 down. Offer includes $1,500 lease bonus. OAC conditions apply. See HondaOntario.com.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
5-point Raptor lead, 4:38 to go. Third quarter, Toronto outscoring Detroit 19-11 in this third quarter, turning a 3-point halftime deficit into a 5-point third quarter lead.
Well, they've done a good job of keeping Cunningham and Ivy at bay for the duration, the bulk of this third quarter here. And then you can see that the Pistons offense is just a bit out of control, and Holland's gone a bit haywire, trying to figure things out himself. So that, and you knew that was going to be the key for the Raptors, is really cutting down and taking out, alienating the head of the snake for the Detroit Pistons.
Raptor ball, far side. Shed, Boucher. Grady Dick out there with Pirtle and Abaji. Shed, three, far side, no good. Rebound, Stewart.
A good look that Jamal Shed has to get comfortable taking, right? Especially if you have passing bigs, passing wings.
Cunningham, three, no good. Detroit grabs a rebound. Sasser drives against his old teammate Shed. In the lane, Stewart can't squeeze it. Out of bounds, Toronto basketball.
You mentioned Sasser. J.B. Bickerstaff had some really nice things to say about him before this game. A guy that just works hard and always prepared for when his number is called.
University of Houston, Kelvin Sampson. Abaji, corner, three, no good. Great drive and kick from Shed. Here comes Wendell Moore Jr. Works near side to Holland. Back to Moore. Retreats on the bounce. Now gets it to Stewart between the rings. Backdoor pass to Cunningham. Runs over Shed. No call. Floats it up. Left hand. No good. Gets the rebound back. Floats it up. No good. Rebound Boucher. Outlet Shed. On the run. Underneath to Pirtle. Jakob in the lane. Got it. Turns and floats it up. That thing is soft as church music.
That was nice. That's nice. Brings it down, the fake to the left corner, continues that spin, one motion, and then that soft touch for his 21st point, 14 rebounds to go along with it.
Cunningham drives down to the baseline. Fall-away jumper, no good. Rebound knocked away. And nobody has a call. They say Detroit. Two refs looked at each other. Scott Foster, they looked at him. He said, white.
You got to give the guards, Shed, Abaji, Mitchell. They've done a great job on Cunningham. 4 for 18, 1 for 8 from the three-point line for him. 8 assists, but they have made everything difficult for him. Physical, matching his toughness.
Sasser drives right into the lane. Leans in against Shed. Misses. Rebound, Boucher.
Two guys that know each other pretty well, know their games in and out.
Shed on the drive against Sasser. Dribble handoff to Barrett. Gets into the lane. And the ball is knocked off Barrett. Detroit thinks it went off Barrett's leg. They're kind of stalling for a challenge. And they're going to call a timeout and challenge it. 2:46 third quarter. I would not be surprised to see this go in Detroit's favor.
out of bounds.
So we will keep it here during the timeout and look at monitors, see if we can get a look somewhere. It did look like, with the momentum and the way the flight path of the ball, you could make a case for it going off R.J. Barrett. But then again, we get a look at the replay. Sasser stripped down on the ball.
Yeah, if I were a betting man, I would say this ball is going to be Detroit's.
Yeah.
Just by the, like you mentioned, the flight of the basketball. Because RJ was taking off. They did a good job of taking away that left. He attacks that right hand, and you could just tell by the trajectory of the basketball a little bit too much force.
After review, it's been determined that the last person to touch the ball was R.J. Barrett. It would be Detroit ball. It would be a successful challenge. They will not be charged a timeout, and they may challenge subsequent plays.
Darko talking to R.J. about, on the drive, either wrap it up or don't bring it across the midline of your body for the defender to get a chop at it. So 2:46 to go, third quarter. Detroit will bring it front court from left to right. Sasser gets it to Stewart. Back to Ivy, short bank shot, good, near side, about 10 feet out. Pistons cut the lead to 73-68. Shed on the bounce. Gets it to Fernando, top of the lane. Now to RJ. Instead, Fernando did not give it to RJ. Looking for Battle on the wing, and Battle had cut back door, so...
Well, Toronto's gotten some good things out of that same set all night, and Detroit a little bit more aggressive as soon as that basketball's at the top of the key with a center, just knowing that all the cuts are going to be on the two wings.
Beasley near side, into the corner. Ivy shot blocked by Boucher. Saves it, but it goes right to Detroit. Beasley, three up top is good. 73-71. Chris saved that ball, but right back to Detroit. Barrett to Shed, near side, left wing. Minute 35, third quarter. Shed drives in the lane, turnaround jumper, got it. Jamal turns around and kind of flings it up, 75-71 Toronto.
He knew that's a matchup that he was comfortable attacking in Sasser.
Ivy up top, goes far side. Into the lane, pull up on Fernando, short, rebound, Jamal Shed. Quick hit ahead to Barrett, RJ on the run, lays it up, no good. Rebound knocked away, Boucher has it. Gets it to Battle, three in the air, good, down the bottom of the well. Jamison Battle, but Chris Boucher, pursuing the loose orange, made that play.
Battle, just not shy, I can't reiterate that enough. Good job by Chris Boucher keeping the basketball alive and just finding Battle on that right side. Battle's always going to be shot ready.
78-71 Toronto. Beasley near side on Shed. Drive, pull up, jumper, no good. Long rebound over everyone's head to Detroit. Wendell Moore Jr., his short jumper in and out, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Moore. Through Boucher's hands, it'll be Toronto basketball. Raptors looking for their largest lead of the game on this trip. It stands at 7 right now, 78-71 with 31 seconds to go, third quarter. Here comes Shed, front court. Leans over on the bounce against his college teammate Sasser. Shed to Barrett, RJ. Turns the corner, has the ball knocked away. Battle recovers. 5 on the shot clock. Fernando in the lane. Kick out to Barrett. 3 in the air, no good. Had to get it off. Tough pass. 4 seconds in the quarter. Ivy drives to Sasser. His 3 beats the buzzer. And it's a 2. It's a long 2 with a foot on the line. Detroit will take the points as they cut the lead to 78-73. So 3 quarters in the books. Last lap of the track coming up. 78-73 Toronto. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
As fall approaches and birds head south, a different kind of bird emerges, the Subaru. While migratory flocks seek warmth, Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive keeps drivers soaring through the wild. During the migrating season, Subaru's hunger for adventure grows exponentially, driving the intrigued radio listeners to fall for Subaru at their local Subaru dealerships, experiencing an adventure of their own. So migrate to your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game.
What's up, Raptors fans? I just wanted to stop and say thank you for making this community awesome. Thank you for chatting it up. Let's take it back for a minute. Do you remember this shot?
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? Game! Series! Toronto is won!
Had to take it back to the buzzer beater there from Kawhi Leonard in 2019 on that run that won Game 7 against the Sixers. Yeah, the diehard Raptors fans remember that shot very well. One of the best shots in basketball history. Thank you for hanging out with us and making this community what it is. Let's get back to the basketball. Let's go, Raptors. Let's get the W.
Korolnik and Koliakovo, weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Last lap of the track, fourth quarter time. And we'll tell you that fourth quarter action is powered by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Detroit ball. Raptors lead it 78-73 as we start the last lap of the track. Pistons will come left to right. Sasser, Ivy, Moore, Stewart, and Beasley. Raptors counter in the black. Shed, Boucher, Mobo, Battle, and Barrett. Beasley, catch and shoot 3, good. Malik Beasley, he's got that.
It's a quick release.
Yep.
As soon as that ball touches his hands, his feet are set. 4 from 8, and he's hunting shots, right? They're looking for him, and he's trying to get into those gaps. Good start for Detroit coming out.
Mobo up top. Gets it to Shed down the baseline. The floater up and in, man. Great touch by Shed. 80-76 Toronto. Sasser front court. On the dribble. Gets it to Ivy. Works right. Again, Shed floats it up, no good, but got him on the dribble. Just compromised him enough.
Yeah, that's where Shed gets himself into trouble sometimes, that he's overly aggressive, which you want, right? You don't want to scale that back, but as soon as the offense gets a step or two, you've got to find ways to get a little gap and get a little release so that you can actually meet them at the basket, meet them at the spot, and not give them an advantage where they can initiate contact or use your aggression and your speed and your tempo against you.
First free throw good for Jaden Ivey. Second one good. The Pistons cut it to 2 at 80-78. Front court. Boucher. Corner 3 in the air. No good. Had to reach for the catch. Maybe not quite on balance. And here comes Detroit. Fast break layup by Beasley. Ties the score at 80, and Darko wants a timeout.
Yeah, when you get those shots there quick and early in the shot clock, right, that nobody's prepared for, then there's no balance. There's no rebounding. There's no, transition defense. And Detroit getting out and running, tying this game up, easy basket, forcing Darko to call a timeout.
80 apiece, 10:51, fourth quarter. You're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective?
Cheers, Insiders! Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for this Raptors game. Now, you, the one that hasn't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Come on, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Raptors game this season, every single Maple Leafs game this season. If it's Toronto Sports and it's live, we're live on Toronto Sports Insider. So thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being subscribed and being an insider. And if you haven't done so yet, I know you're doing it right now. Thank you so much. Let's go Raptors. Back to the basketball.
Boldest of adventures. Avoid autumn blues and visit your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
This is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale. And this is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale at Sleep Country. Black Friday just isn't the same at Sleep Country, except for the best deals on the best brands. Get hot prices on headboards starting at only $249. Enjoy a free gift with a minimum purchase. And right now, save the tax on everything for a limited time only. Don't miss out. The Black Friday event is on now at Sleep Country. Restrictions apply.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
80 apiece, 10:51 to go, fourth quarter. Toronto and Detroit locked up. This one a little bit extra meaning as it's part of the Emirates NBA Cup. Raptors will inbound and bring it 94 feet. Pirtle, Barrett. Out there with Shed, Battle, and Mobo. Front court, Raptors coming right to left towards Bay Street. Mitchell up top. On the bounce. Works to the middle, gets it to Pirtle, the floater in the air, good. Man, that is a money shot for Jakob Pirtle.
It's definitely clicking for him tonight on that. He catches that basketball, he keeps it above his shoulders, doesn't give the defense any opportunity by bringing it low. And again, like you mentioned, the soft touch.
Sasser in the lane, cut off, kicks out to Beasley. Open look at the three, no good. Rebound Toronto, they dodged a bullet. Mitchell hustles it front court. 10 minutes to go, fourth quarter, Toronto by 2. Mitchell into the lane, the lefty shot, no good. Pirtle with the rebound, puts it back up, no good. Rebound Stewart. Pirtle with 23 points, 15 rebounds. He has been an absolute silent monster tonight. Sasser, step back three over Mobo, no good. Rebound Battle. Gets it to Mitchell in the middle of the court. Mitchell on the bounce, works left, into the far corner. Battle, catch and shoot, no good. Rebound, Mobo knocks it away. Finds Battle, can't squeeze it. Here comes Detroit. Sasser on the bounce, gets it to Moore. We tick towards 9 minutes, fourth quarter. Sasser on the drive, or Beasley on the drive, floats it up and in.
Changes it up a bit here. The shot fake as he's coming out of the right corner. Gets the defense up in the air a bit and now attacks that right hand for a high floater at the top of the box.
Game tied at 82. Barrett drives, misses. Pirtle with the rebound. Turns, floats it up, no good. Rebound, here comes Marcus Sasser. On the break, Wendell Moore Jr. lays it up and in. Detroit into the lead, 84-82. Grady waiting to come in, as is Ochai Agbaji. Detroit looking to make 3 subs as well. Mitchell gets it to Barrett, far side, right wing. RJ drive into the near corner. Battle, sidestep, 3 in the air, bang in the bottom of the well. J.B. Jamison Battle splashes it home. Toronto goes up 85-84. Timeout, Detroit.
You know, his shot percentage on the year really doesn't tell you the true story, right? Only shooting 33% from the three-point line, but I really do feel every time he touches the basketball, he's looking right at the rim. He's not shy. He's not worried. I think even if you're not knocking down shots, you're still become a threat with that type of mentality on the floor. And then you have nights like tonight where he's out there, he shot 3 for 4 from that three-point line just because he's always in attack mode, always hunting shots.
So let's take a timeout. 8:18, fourth quarter, 85-84 Toronto. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years' experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 2.
Cheers, Insiders! Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for this Raptors game. Now, you, the one that hasn't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Come on, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Raptors game this season, every single Maple Leafs game this season. If it's Toronto Sports and it's live, we're live on Toronto Sports Insider. So thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being subscribed and being an insider. And if you haven't done so yet, I know you're doing it right now. Thank you so much. Let's go Raptors. Back to the basketball.
Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Tim's Holiday Smile Cookie is back. From November 18th to 24th, get one to give back to your community. 100% of proceeds are donated to local charities, community groups, and Tim Hortons Foundation camps at participating restaurants in Canada.
Discover more value than ever at Loblaws, like Fresh Promise. We're bringing you our freshest produce every day. And if it's not fresh, it's free. Shop at Loblaws in-store or online today for even more incredible value. Conditions apply. See in-store for details.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
Fourth quarter action. Toronto with the lead, 85-84. But the game just getting going with 8:18 to go. Detroit will bring it front court. Subs into the ball game for both teams. Sasser on the bounce, gets it to Harris. Dribble handoff, Moore. Now to Duren, far side to Cunningham. On the lob to Duren, jams it down. Great play call out of the timeout. Detroit up 86-85.
Yeah, you had 5 guys touch the basketball, and so much motion causes a bit of confusion on the defensive side. Grady Dick on that strong side missed the tag. And you get that lob, a good pass from Cade.
Pirtle, floater in the lane, no good. Pursues the rebound, can't get it. Here comes Detroit. 1-point lead for the Pistons. Duren into the corner to Harris. On the bounce, into the lane. Pull up, jumper, got the roll from about 12 feet straight away. And Detroit goes up 88-85. Front court, here come the Raptors. Pirtle gets it to Grady. Around the Pirtle screen, 3 in the air, missed everything.
Grady turned to referee Scott Foster. Like, where's the call? And you could tell that from that shot left his hand, it was going to be short. I thought he didn't get enough legs under it, but it looks like there was some contact.
Well, he thought there was. Front court. Detroit with a 3-point lead in the ball. We approach the top of the stretch. Duren in the lane, blocked by Pirtle. Here comes Toronto. Grady on the run, now backs it out, loses the ball, has it stolen by Cunningham. Sasser 3 straight away, good.
That's tough.
They say a long two from Sasser.
A smart play by Cade there, just knowing that Duren is running the floor. He's going to have the gravity and draw the attention with him and just allow Sasser to walk into that jump shot.
Mitchell has it knocked away and gets it back into the corner. Abaji for 3, no good. Rebound tipped away. Detroit with a 5-point lead, bringing it front court. 90-85 Pistons. Cunningham near side. On the bounce. Into the lane, kicks it out. Harris now to Cunningham. Shot fake, drive. Lefty finish, no good. Rebound Pirtle. Rebound number 17 for Jakob. Here comes Mitchell to Grady. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, Abaji can't squeeze it, and it squirts into the hands of Sasser. Inside the top of the stretch, 5:39 to go. 90-85. Detroit with the lead and the ball of 5 points. Cunningham, 3, good, knocks it down. Timeout, Darko.
Yeah,
Detroit's lead at 8, big as it's been all night.
That's a big shot there because Cunningham has had a tough night shooting the basketball from 3, right? 1 for 8 going into that shot, knocking it down. And you know that as the game winds down, you're going just under 6 minutes here in the fourth quarter. The basketball is going to be in his hands to make decisions, whether he's having a great shooting night or not. Got to be able to find him on the floor and continue the defensive pressure that they've applied all night.
93-85, Detroit by 8. Been a very competitive ball game. You'll hear from Jim Taddy and Warren Ward in the postgame. Cameron Moore up there with them. You heard from Josh Lewenberg at half. And back at Raptors Central, Owen Hall and Matt Cardadero, Josh Lippa on the board down here. The 8-point lead, Javon, it's as large as it's been all night for Detroit.
Yeah, the tough thing here with that 8-point lead is that Detroit has 3 timeouts and Toronto has 1 with about 5.5 minutes to play. So this is going to be, you know, Coach Darko Rajakovic has kind of backed himself into a corner here for the last 5.5 with just 1 timeout.
Yeah, listen, I'll say this, Javon, and you and I have talked about this. I get it. Call the timeout when you need it, because it's no good to have 3 timeouts at the end of the game being down 20.
Yeah, you can't take you can't take them home with you.
But it's like money. You
got to manage them during the game.
It's like money. You need a couple for the end. You need a couple for a rainy day. And right now, dark clouds over Toronto. 93-85 Detroit. Raptors front court, right to left toward Bay Street. Grady drive into the lane, floats it up, no good. Tipped up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Detroit has it, and a chance for its biggest lead of the game. Sasser into the corner. Harris catch and shoot 3, no good. Long rebound, Mitchell. Davion on the drive, lays it up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Detroit has it. Moore up top. Corner 3, Sasser, no good. Harris with the rebound. Back to Sasser, fires a 3 again, no good. Knocked out by Cunningham. By Duren, it goes to Cunningham. 4.5 to go. Fourth quarter, Detroit by 8. Illegal screen on Jalen Duren. They got him as a block as Mitchell hit the deck.
Duren there, as he's running into the screen, he was telling Cade that he's going to turn the angle of the screen, right? Pretty much ran to the right side, but pointed on the left side. And Cade just left a bit too early, and that there is where it creates that little collision there and can't set a solid screen. Picks up the offensive foul.
Raptor ball, front court. Barrett gets to the left hand, drives into the lane, floats it up and in. RJ cuts the lead to 93-87. Duren up top, gets it to Harris between the rings. On the bounce, works far side. Abaji cuts him off. Harris back to the right hand. Jumper in the air, no good. Rebound Toronto. Here comes RJ on the run. Stutters, drives, floats it up and in! 93-89. Back-to-back buckets from RJ. He's got 20 on the night. Sasser up top, guarded by Grady. On the dribble. Picks it up. And J.B. Bickerstaff now wants a timeout.
And Grady did force that timeout. He had Sasser at the half-court line on the ropes. And J.B. didn't want to see it anymore. He didn't want to chance it where Sasser's out there playing against pressure. Didn't look too comfortable handling the basketball. And they weren't really getting into a set.
So let's see what the Raptors have on the comeback trail. $93-89. Raptors down 4. 3:29 to go. We are deep in the stretch. It's been a highly competitive game here. Let's see what J.B. Bickerstaff comes out of the timeout with. They only have 10 on the shot clock, Javon. It's not like they have a full 24. Barrett, Mitchell, Abaji, Pirtle, and Grady Dick break the huddle for Toronto. They'll defend Cunningham, Sasser, Duren, Harris, and Wendell Moore Jr. $3:29 to go. Darko saying that timeout was called at center, so he should back it up. And now J.B. Bickerstaff upset that Darko made Cade, rightfully so, back up about 4 feet. They get it to Cunningham. Drives, Abaji cuts him off. Cunningham down to the baseline, lays it up and in. 95-89 the lead, back to 6.
That's a nifty play. Gets the ball all the way over to the left side of the floor, and just the hesitation and cross back to his left hand to attack Pirtle.
Grady, far side. Lobs it inside to Pirtle. Sasser comes from the weak side and makes the steal. On the run, drive, reverse layup is good. Detroit takes the lead to 8. 97-89, 2:50 to go. Mitchell, front court. On the bounce. Works into the lane. Kicks it to Pirtle. Backs in. Kicks it back out to Mitchell. Shot clock at 8. Barrett, drive, floated up, no good. Rebound tipped away. Loose ball grabbed by Detroit. 2.5 to go. Cunningham walks it over the midcourt stripe. 97-89 Detroit. Cunningham drives left. Grady trying to pick him up. Cunningham crosses over into the lane. Kick to Moore, 3-ball, no good. Rebound knocked away, Toronto has it. Grady, head up front court. Down the stretch we come, 2 minutes to go. Barrett to Pirtle in the lane, lays it up and in.
Great scoop, and RJ, knowing, attacks the basket, felt 2 defenders and dropped it down to Pirtle, who's again around the basket and ready for his 25th point. 20 rebounds to go with it.
97-91, Toronto down 6. Mitchell with the steal of Sasser and lays it in. Davion picks his pocket. The lead down to 4, 97-93. Cunningham, far side. Squares on Abaji. Ochai bellies up on him. Cunningham kicks it cross court. They swing it to Harris, guarded by Barrett. Shot clock at 5. Harris drive. Gonna turn around jumper. Barrett knocks it away, out of bounds. Shot clock violation. The Raptors get the stop.
2 real deal defensive plays there, back to back. Mitchell with the open court pick on Sasser, and RJ coming down with Tobias Harris trying to post him up. Just standing ground and forcing a shot clock violation. Great back-to-back plays by the Raptors with about 1:20 to go.
Front court, Mitchell on the drive into the lane to Pirtle. Jakob can't get rid of it. Lots of contact, knocked out of bounds. Toronto ball. 1:08 to go. 97-93 Toronto. Detroit is thinking about a review. They want to review it. Man, it's almost like you're stalling to get that review. Like if I'm Toronto, give me the ball, let's play.
Let's get out, let's go.
97-93. Detroit by four. And I wonder if this is one where you can use the proximal foul rule. The ball went out of bounds. It's Toronto's ball. Detroit's challenging.
Timeout's been charged to challenge 1-on-4.
And Javon, I'm going to get a chance to find out if that's the case.
Jonesy doing his homework right now. Detroit is saying, getting another look at on the monitor.
Boy, it looks like there was all kinds of contact and Toronto got the ball. So if Detroit gets the ball, Toronto can challenge and say there was a foul. That ball, I think it went out of bounds. Boy, this is... I saw a hand on it, Javon, on the monitor. I can't tell if that was Pirtle's hand or a Detroit hand. So if it's Detroit's ball, Toronto could use their last timeout and challenge and say proximal foul. A foul caused it to go out of bounds.
Yeah,
but you only have one timeout left.
You have one timeout, so it wouldn't be worth jeopardizing with a minute left in this game.
That ball looked like it went off Pirtle. But can the officials not say there was a foul? Josh, I hope you're writing all this down, Mr. Lippa, because I'm going to be on the email with Supervisor of Officials, Monty McCutcheon. I'll email before, Monty's great, I'll email before I leave the arena, and I'll have an answer by the time I go to bed. Let's hear the call from Scott Foster.
After review, it's been determined that Duren was the last to touch the ball out of bounds. The ball hit out of bounds at 1:08, and with 11 on the shot clock, Detroit will be charged a timeout, and they're done with their challenges.
So, it was indeed off Jalen Duren. But this is an interesting case. I'm not sure this one is in the case book, Javon, so I'm going to have to send the message anyway. It's an interesting scenario. Raptors to inbound, far side, right wing. Mitchell gets it to Grady, far side, now to Pirtle. Gets it to Barrett, shot clock at 5. RJ drives into the lane, floats it up, no good, but he's fouled. And the Detroit bench is saying he ran into Pirtle.
Well, they are right, but Duren under the basket just really two-hand shoved Pirtle into...
Right, so the foul will be on Duren against Pirtle, even though RJ shot the ball. So now Scott Foster talking to JB Bickerstaff about it.
sure we have the correct shooter on this play.
They've sent Grady to the line thinking that Grady was under the basket. And I think Grady stepped up, right? But this will probably be corrected because it was Pirtle that was pushing the bat by Duren.
So they are going to put, I believe rightfully so, Jakob Pirtle on the line. Nope, they're going to put RJ on the line.
Yeah.
Huh. First free throw good from RJ. Second one in the air from RJ, up and down. Raptors cut the lead to 2. 1 minute to go. Down the stretch we come. Detroit 97, Toronto 95. Sasser gets it to Cunningham. The Scotiabank Arena crowd chanting for defense. Cunningham drives down to the baseline. Knocked away, gets it back. Kicks it up top. Harris, drive on Barrett. Leans in, the jumper no good. Off Duren, out of bounds, Toronto basketball.
Big time job defensively by Abaji and Pirtle on the right side of the floor with Cunningham, and really backed him into a corner, used that sideline, that right sideline as a third defender. He kicks it out to Tobias Harris, and RJ did a good job contesting, discipline, showing hands and being vertical, and now picking up a foul. Ball goes out on Detroit.
32 seconds to go in the game. Raptors down 2, coming front court. Barrett on the dribble against Cunningham. Drives left, puts his head down. Into the corner, Grady for 3 in the lead, no good. Had a great look. Raptors knock it away, loose ball on the ground. And Detroit calls a timeout with Wendell Moore Jr. diving for the loose ball. Detroit will save the possession with a timeout.
That was a heck of a look by Grady.
What a play by RJ.
Right, and RJ just knowing, like, he attacks the basket. It has that look in his eyes, and everybody's thinking, yes, he's getting to that left hand. He wants to attack. He wants to score. But, man, he made a big-time play with Duren contesting the shot. Cade Cunningham on his backside. He kicks it out to the right side of the floor. And Grady gets a great look with Beasley getting into the picture late, into the frame late to contest the shot.
97-95 Detroit. They own the basketball and the lead. I don't know if they can advance the ball. No advance. Jarrett Jack, former Raptor and current Pistons assistant coach, double checking and saying, the referee says, no, you take it out here about 75 feet from the basket. Smart play by Davion Mitchell, talking to the ref, saying, we're not going to foul right away. We're going to try for a trap, so don't get sucked into thinking we're just going to foul. Raptors pressure full court. They match up. Cunningham will inbound at the hash mark in front of his own bench. Pirtle on the ball. Pistons have the court spread. They go backcourt to Sasser, and he's fouled. 13.3 to go. The Raptors had a foul to give, and that was it. Let's see Detroit, same formation, but you can bet JB Bickerstaff's got a different play. This time they get it to Jaden Ivey, and Mitchell, like a DB closing, fouls him right away. 12.7. That's how many ticks left on the clock. Jaden Ivey will go to the line. First free throw from Ivey. The reaction of the fans tells you it's no good.
Tells you everything you need. Right, that's the guy you want on the free throw line. Only 73% free throw shooter on the season.
Bruno Fernando checking in for Grady for rebounding purposes.
Rebounding, and if you're Coach Darko, you secure this rebound. Make or miss, you have one timeout to use so that you can draw something good and get yourself a good look.
Ivey's second free throw, good. Timeout, Toronto. It's a one-possession, three-point game, 98-95, Detroit. Oh, baby. There's got to be a fire department close to Bay Street because this barn is on fire right now. 98-95, Detroit. 12.7 to go. Are you getting a paint touch on this? What will be a three, Javon? Or do you just kind of screen, flare, work on the perimeter for the best shot?
Well, I don't even think Detroit's going to allow Toronto to get a shot up. Right? They may put them on the free throw line. 3-point game. Worst can happen in that situation is, you knock down two, and now you still retain the possession. And you've taken time off the clock as well. At that point, you force Toronto to foul you because Toronto has no more timeouts, and now they have to go the length of the floor.
Well, the music playing, the eye of the tiger, the crowd on its feet. Raptors will inbound. Abaji will do the honors. Near side, left wing. Raptors moving right to left toward Bay Street. Scott Foster positioning Abaji. Pirtle, Barrett, Abaji, Battle, and Grady Dick for Toronto. They get it into Grady. Three in the air, no good. Rebound, Duran, and he's fouled. Grady got a good look. He got a good look. He caught it, took one dribble to free himself. And Giovanni had it coming to the left, too. He had we know as right-handers, that's a good square when you take that one dribble left and pull up.
Yeah, this was a deep shot. It was about 27 feet out off of that jab fake, so he was leaning to that left, and that's a good shot for Grady. He's had two good looks late in this game, just not unable to knock them down. This one a little deeper.
Duran on the line, only a 56% free throw shooter. First one, no good. There's still 7.9 to go if he misses this one. Battle out, Mitchell in. You like the look?
I like it.
Me too.
I like it. I
did too. Duran. Second free throw, good. 4-point game. 99-95. RJ, pull up, three, no good, and that's the ball game. The Detroit Pistons come to Toronto and go 2-0 in the NBA Cup as they defeat the Raptors 99-95.
This is a tough-fought one, right? I think both teams can go into their locker room and be proud about what they did and how they played. I thought Detroit, late in the game, Cade Cunningham made a couple late-game plays, late-game shots, and for a guy that they did a good job with him. The Raptors did a tremendous job with him all night, right? 6 for 21 on the night for Cade, but the 10 assists, made a couple big plays late. And for the Raptors, this was still a game you take a lot of positives from, because I thought they matched the intensity of Detroit. They did a good job with both Ivy and Cunningham, just knowing, okay, that's the team scouting report. You know, those two guys are going to be the head of the snake for this team. And, you know, you got to credit Pirtle. He had himself a heck of a game, and not just how he finished, how he started the game. The 25 points, 19 rebounds, but he was just active around the rim, right? A number of passes, tough passes that he caught in the paint. I thought Davion did a good job, you know, setting the tone initially with his intensity. But unfortunately for the Raptors, you know, one of the tough ones, the 15 turnovers again which led to 19 points. If you aren't fully stocked with your entire team and the entire roster, right, don't have the level of talent right now or the full squad on the floor, each of those turnovers are that much more detrimental, right? Are that much more costly because you don't have the luxury of guys that can turn it on quick right now and get you 10, 15 points. You don't have quickly on the floor that can knock down, you know, 3 threes in a row, or Scotty that can make and change a game on both ends of the floor, you know, in a minute span. So, you know, that essentially hurts you. But again, commend this group for the fight and the intensity that they came out with from the jump. And it was a nip and tuck game, back and forth.
Well, the Pistons come away with the win. As you said, nip and tuck, but Detroit had a little bit more. 99-95 is the final. We thank you for listening. For the entire crew here at TSN 1050, Jim Taddy, Warren Ward up next on the postgame. This has been Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. Good night from the floor of Scotiabank Arena.
Left the ball in the hands of Peter Monroe, who threw a whopping 57 pitches over 2 2/3 innings, striking out 2 and walking 3, but surrendering 0 hits. That led to Kirk Sarloos, who pitched an inning in the third, racking up 1 K and no hits against. Brad Lidge, who would eventually get credited with the win, was up next, and over his 2 innings on the mound, Lidge struck out 2 and gave up no hits. That led to Octavio Dotel, who recorded 4 strikeouts in the bottom of the 8th as Yankee second baseman Alfonso Soriano reached first on a wild pitch, but he was stranded there. Lastly, Billy Wagner pitched the 9th inning, setting the Yanks down in order, including 2 strikeouts. The Astros tagged Yankees starter Jeff Weaver for 5 runs and ended up winning this improbable no-hitter 8-0 thanks to 6 pitchers. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Friday, November the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Indiana Pacers take on the Miami Heat. Pacers on Sirius 137 XM 212 and Internet 891. Heat on Internet 895. 7 p.m. Orlando Magic face the Philadelphia 76ers. Magic on Sirius 138 XM 213 and Internet 901. 76ers on Internet 902. 7 p.m. Toronto Raptors take on the Detroit Pistons. Raptors on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 907. Pistons on Internet 888. 7:30 p.m. San Antonio Spurs take on the LA Lakers. Spurs on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 906. Lakers on Internet 893. 7:30 p.m. Atlanta Hawks take on the Washington Wizards. Hawks on Sirius 161 XM 216 and Internet 880. Wizards on Internet 909. 7:30 p.m. Cleveland Cavaliers face the Chicago Bulls. Cavs on Sirius 160 XM 215 and Internet 885. Bulls on Internet 884. 7:30 p.m. New York Knicks take on the Brooklyn Nets. Knicks on Sirius 158 XM 214 and Internet 899. Nets on Internet 882. 8 p.m. Houston Rockets face the LA Clippers. Rockets on Sirius XM channels 83, Internet 890. Clippers on Internet 892. 8 p.m. New Orleans Pelicans face the Denver Nuggets. Pelicans on Sirius 108 XM 217 and Internet 898. Nuggets on Internet 887. 8 p.m. Oklahoma City Thunder face the Phoenix Suns. Thunder on Sirius XM channels 81, Internet 900. Suns on Internet 903. 10 p.m. Golden State Warriors face the Memphis Grizzlies. Warriors on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 889. Grizzlies on Internet 894. 10 p.m. Sacramento Kings take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kings on Sirius 137 XM 212 and Internet 905. T-Wolves on Internet 897. In the NHL, 7 p.m. Columbus Blue Jackets face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Blue Jackets on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 927. Penguins on Internet 941. 9 p.m., Calgary Flames take on the Nashville Predators. Flames on XM220 Internet 923, Predators on Internet 935. 9 p.m., Colorado Avalanche take on the Washington Capitals. Avalanche on Sirius 208 XM219 and Internet 926, Capitals on Internet 950. 9 p.m., Utah Hockey Club faces the Vegas Golden Knights with Utah on XM221 Internet 947, Golden Knights on Internet 949. 10 p.m., Anaheim Ducks take on the Detroit Red Wings. Ducks on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 920, Red Wings on Internet 929. On the PGA Tour at 10 a.m., catch full coverage of the Butterfield Bermuda Championship on Sirius XM and Internet channels 92. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 6 p.m., North Carolina faces UConn. North Carolina on Sirius 119 XM 193 and Internet 955. UConn on Sirius 211 XM 201 and Internet 963. 7 p.m. West Virginia faces Texas A&M on Sirius 121 XM 199 and Internet 953. 8 p.m. LSU faces Murray State on Sirius 106 XM 191 and Internet 961. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Friday, November the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Indiana Pacers take on the Miami Heat. Pacers on Sirius 137 XM 212 and Internet 891. Heat on Internet 895. 7 p.m. Orlando Magic face the Philadelphia 76ers. Magic on Sirius 138 XM 213 and Internet 901. 76ers on Internet 902. 7 p.m. Toronto Raptors take on the Detroit Pistons. Raptors on Sirius XM channels 167 Internet 906.